Hello, my darlings and desires from Madam Tilly in chicken sandwich form, and here my good co-host Ty Donis.
Chicken sandwich. That sounds awesome. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm about to say you the P&G here because it's technically the unofficial reveal of the new chicken sandwich.
I
Tilly.
think I think you showed it to me before, like a couple days before, in a DM, I believe.
Let's see. But yeah, because it was one of my silly ass routines where I was like, yeah, you poof me into a chicken sandwich, and then we just put googly eyes on at one point. Like, yo, let's
I,
just make a chicken sandwich P&G.
I mean, googly eyes are always relevant.
Yeah,
Like they will never fall out of style.
that's true. Yeah. Especially when your face is tired, yeah, just put them on. Yeah, they'll never know the difference.
I mean, I had a buddy of mine. He had those glasses. Obviously the fake glasses that are like uh, they're like the shades and everything, but they have holes in them so you can actually see through them. But on the outside they had eyes drawn on them to make it look like you're still awake even though you're obviously asleep.
Mm-hmm.
But what he did is he glued some googly eyes on top of that. Obviously he couldn't see shit, but it just made the joke even funnier. Because one of them didn't work, so he'd have one like looking like one of the eyes would be down and the other one would be like in the top corner and everything, and it's just like he derped himself, and I'm just like, you're a dumbass, but I can't help but laugh.
Yeah. I respect you for it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, so, today's subject, so we're gonna do a news today, because, I needed, like, more time to do some research, and even despite all my research, kind of came up very,
It
fruitless.
it's been kind of dry a little bit. Like I know of a couple things that's been going on, but
Yeah.
not much that enough to make a whole episode out of it.
What I say is, currently I got about 15 topics, which is a respectable amount for us.
Oh yeah, definitely.
However, 9 of the 15 are just Ubisoft.
Fuck all that.
They're gonna
I
get
mean,
their own fucking episode at this point.
I mean, okay. I'm gonna throw this at you and tell me how it hits the wall.
Okay.
At the end of the year, depending on how, what, I mean, let's just be honest. They're in a shithole right now. There's no
Yeah.
saving them. Uh, why don't we, at the end of the year, we just have me and you on a day where we don't work the next day. We have some drinks, get a little drunk, and just laugh at all the fails that they've done this year.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
Or would you rather me drink for you?
Well, I mean, I can't really drink that much anyway, but
I'll
just
I'll I'll, I'll call that. I'll drink for you.
I don't think they deserve it. But
Oh no, it wouldn't be for them. It'd be comedy. We just laugh at all their fails and blunders this year.
yeah, because I had to go through all the articles again and like make a list. But
I mean, we
yeah.
just look at the funniest things that we could find.
Uh,
I think it'd just be something funny to cap the end of the year off with.
but yeah, if you want a little spoiler, I can just read off the headlines for you.
Uh, yeah, let's read off at least two of them.
Okay, let's see. What's a couple funny? Let's see here. Doo-doo-doo.
And I might have already. Oh, excuse me. I might have already heard them, but I'm always willing to listen.
Okay, I'll read the most recent too, because it's like what the fuck and oh my god, sort of
Okay.
things. One was like, they hired a new management to take over for Star Wars Outlaws. They're saying, okay, we're gonna add new stealth, new combat, and other elements. We're like, but the game is already out.
Yeah. What the fuck? Like, are they just planning on
I
revamping it or something?
I mean, it kind of has like a semi live service vibe, but even though it's single player, so
No.
I guess you're
Live
gonna.
service, live service and single player do not mix.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what game. Oh, that's right. It's also Ubisoft because I say Assassin's Creed. Some of them do feel very
Some of them feel
lively.
live servicey.
Yeah, live servicey.
Like, I mean,
So
even though I kind of liked Valhalla, it
yeah.
had that vibe on it.
Or in Odyssey, I'm like, wait, I thought I swore I'd done this side quest before.
Oh
It
yeah,
turns out they
definitely.
regenerates.
Oh
So
no,
like, how can I have this feeling of progression
well,
in the single player game?
it's it's bad because they get so lazy about it. It's like they copy and paste a lot of the quests. Like I noticed this in Valhalla. A lot of the side quests and everything were just copy pasted from one zone to another. The only thing different was like the NPC you got the quest from. But other than that, like half of the shit was, just the same shit. I'm like, okay, you're just milking time out of it now. Like one,
Yeah, it's like this is
like
not a
one
gotcha
or
game. Yeah.
like one or two of the same missions. That's fine. I'm willing to accept that because sometimes problems overlap with somebody else. Not every person's problems are unique.
Yeah.
But once you start reaching 4 or 5, then it's like, okay, now you're just being lazy.
Yeah, it's like if I want to play a gotcha game, I'll just download a Hoyoverse game. Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah,
thought I knew what I was getting into, because I played Assassin's Creed of old.
oh yeah,
Yeah, and I think it's one of the only criticisms of say Odyssey is like it just has too much content.
yeah. That's what I've been told. Like I was told Odyssey was like really good,
Yeah.
but it was also one of the things. It's too much of a good thing.
All right.
And
Uh,
I mean, a good thing, a lot of a good thing, it can be good, but at the same time, too much of a good thing, it'll kill something.
it's like you gotta make these side quests a little more unique. Man.
Exactly.
Like in Witcher, has a lot of sexist moments in it, but at least every freaking side quest felt unique. Like it had its own unique cutscene,
Yep.
and like most of them had like their own unique gameplay element, and artists
All of them
did
had
did wasn't the
dialogue.
same copy and paste structure.
Yeah, but every bit of that, every zone felt unique. It's like you
Uh,
didn't run into the same thing over and over again.
yeah,
I mean, you might have ran into the same pack of mobs, a lot because you can only do so much with monsters and stuff like that. Especially in a world where they have an established bestiary and everything of monsters and whatnot.
yeah,
But I mean, from what I've gathered, like, granted, I only did the first area of The Witcher 3, because it felt way too much. Like I got intimidated by how much there is.
yeah. Cause I'm from the I guess I'm Gen X or Y or something,
We're
and
millennials.
yeah, millennials, I guess. Cause I was born in the '80s, grew up in the '90s.
Yep, me and you were
Didn't get my
me
first
and you were
computer until the
millennials.
late 2000s.
Yeah, me and you were millennials. I didn't get my first PC. I mean, granted, I had one when I was a kid, but it was a family PC,
Yeah.
and I remember one of the first games I had. I don't know if you remember it or ever you heard of it. You probably didn't, but it was one of those educational PC games,
Mm-hmm.
and it was Little Howie's Funhouse,
Don't think I heard
and
of it.
it was a bear mascot with a little skunk buddy
Yeah.
with a robot servant, but it was Howie Mandel voicing it, but they pitched his voice so high.
Huh.
But I mean, that was one of the first games I remember that and
But
reading Bashers or something.
yeah, it's like, but because basically, since I grew up mostly on the PS1 and PS2, I'm just used to my games being 50 hours or less.
Yeah.
So even PS3 games like Skyrim, I've never finished.
Oh,
Yeah. Like I might get to like maybe the 75-hour point, and then just suddenly drop it for no apparent reason.
yeah. I mean, it's one of those things like you get so far invested into it, and after a while, something new comes out, and you're like, "Ooh, a new shiny toy. Let's go play with that for a little bit."
Yeah, it's like we
And
should
then
be
you think,
done by now, something like that.
I mean, it's one of those things like I loved Fallout New Vegas and, like you said, Skyrim and everything. Those
Yeah,
games, because there's a lot to do in those games, but at the same time, there's a lot to do in them. You can lose hundreds of hours easily, just like I've lost. Let me pull up Steam and I'll see how many hours I'm into Baldur's Gate.
yeah,
Um, I have, oh boy, 473 hours into Baldur's Gate, and that's over multiple campaigns.
yeah. It's like so. I would like to have my Assassin's Creeds be like maybe 20 hours or less.
Yeah,
Yeah. What's ironic too is I'm not sure if it's for like the later ones, but at least up until like Rogue, um, the main story is actually really short. If you just want to focus the main story, if you try to like get all the collectibles and do all the side quests, then
yep.
it could drag out.
Oh
That
yeah, definitely.
that was
Like
the
any game.
situation with Rogue. It took me a whole week to do all the
Uh,
side content, and like okay, time to do the plot, and I did it in one sitting. I'm like, what the fuck?
yep. It's the same thing with any like any other RPG like that. There's so many side quests and everything. And I remember a buddy of mine telling me that he did all the a lot of the side quests he had access to before doing the main quest.
Yeah.
And in the main quest, you run into like two or three bosses in the meantime during that, and the motherfucker just stomped him. Like it wasn't even a fair fight because he was so over leveled and overtuned.
Oh, that was my issue with FF15.
I've
Um,
heard that. I remember doing this kind of the same thing in 15.
yeah.
I
So
was
like,
so
go on.
like the first brick wall I hit was like going for like the best, like the ultimate weapons and everything, and
Mhm.
it was like a hamp where it was like a level 9, like a level 100 robot or something.
Yeah.
It was like the final step of the game, and it was like a hard roadblock. And it's like, I mean, like I said, granted, this is toward the end of the game, and I was stomping everything else. But that one fight, it was like, it basically, I ran into it basically, swinging my dick, thinking, oh, I'm gonna bitch slap this thing, no problem. And that guy just, the boss just looked at me, as like, the fuck you talking all that good shit a minute ago? Here I'm gonna fuck you up, sunshine. I'm like, oh boy, okay, I actually have to try now.
Yeah, like with me, it's like in chapter 3, there's so many side quests that I think I was like level like 70, 80, 90 or something by
Yeah,
the time
because
I
in
got to
chapter
chapter
3,
4.
yeah,
Uh,
because in chapter 3, the world is your oyster at that point, because almost the whole map is unlocked to you.
yeah, and it's like and so by the time I got to the bosses, I like two shot them, and like
Yep.
oh, I was so hyped. But so I just kind of dropped the game out. I don't know, chapter 5 or something. Even though there's like so much more to see.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
but
it definitely takes the wind out of your sails.
yeah, it's like they need to put like a cap on that. But
To some point, I'm willing to accept that, but at the same time, it's like, come on. I understand, side quests are meant to help pad you out and give you some experience if you need it, if you're still falling short in the main story. But
yeah.
you put too much into it, you're gonna overtune the players.
Yeah, and the other Ubisoft thing is they fucked up and now they're in lawsuits with like two people I think.
I'm
Cause
not surprised.
so basically you know the whole adage like you don't really own your games,
Yep,
you
I
know.
remember that.
So it's
We constantly make fun of it, me and you.
so essentially that kind of happened to I think at least two people where like they suddenly lost access to their game, and saying as though Ubisoft forgot to put implement the screen that shows the fine print that says that.
Oh.
So
Uh-oh, so they fucked.
yeah, they forgot to I guess patch that in. And so these people are, definitely assumed that they owned it. And so yeah, they're suing them because like it's not
That's
one of those things like hey scroll to the bottom and say you consent or you consent when you make the account or something.
Yep.
But no, like the whole screen was just missing. So people went in blissful ignorance and put in all this time and suddenly lost it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that could be grounds for legal action, I believe.
Yeah. Even like the lawyer even made such a amusing, like overly dramatic statement, um, for his opening statement. Like, imagine you bought a pinball machine, and it was in your home, and over the years you you played this pinball machine, and then the company that sold you this pinball machine comes in to your house and guts all the flaps, the flippers, and takes the balls, and even the LED screen that displays your wonderful scores. Um, and it's like what? Yeah, so it's like very
It,
dramatic and
it's
stuff.
basic. It's basically like I forget
I
his
forget what
name.
the hell he said, but
It's basically like when South Park was running with the joke with uh what was his name? Shit. Um,
Doctor Disrespect.
no, not him. This is when we were kids. Um, who is that? O.J. Simpson.
Oh,
His lawyer that got him off on his big trial,
yeah.
where he was basically making the Chewbacca defense.
Ah,
It's more or less that. But yeah, no. Oh God. So Ubisoft. Oh fuck. Ubisoft is 7 shades of fucked. Because some of these lawyers, they don't play around, and
yeah.
they go fucking throat.
That's just two of the 9 stories.
Oh
Oh
Jesus.
lordy.
Well, How about we drop the Ubisoft
Yeah.
fuckery, their fails, and let's talk about the Game Awards. Even though
Yeah.
I'm, I have things to say, but
But
I will reserve them until the time comes.
we're gonna talk about goatees. Also, unconfirmed rumor, but they might put Weird Al Yankovic in Call of Duty.
I mean, they already have Cheech and Chong in there. I wouldn't be surprised.
I bet their special weapon is some kind of quote gas grenade.
I would. Okay, this is just me, but I would want him to do like the whole cartoon, uh, the fist out of the gun,
Nice.
like the big large comic or
Yeah.
the large boxing glove. You pull the trigger and bam, a boxing glove comes out of the barrel. I don't know. That just feels weird. That feels weird out of me.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I was
like
thinking
I
like a gas grenade for a Cheech and Chong. I meant, but
actually, one of their executions is they have like a double barrel shotgun. It's one of the ones where you have to crack it open to put the two shells in there.
yeah.
They they take a toke off a joint and breathe the smoke through the barrels, and
Yeah.
then they kill you after that. And I'm like, yeah, that tracks with Cheech and Chong.
Anyways, and folks, so sorry for the if we're slow to get on the news, but not only was the news not that interesting or diverse, like even Slick won't come out of the crack in the floor, so she can post for more thumbnails, because
That's bad.
yeah, but also and we do have ideas for like more gaming topics and even like some Warhammer stuff. I'll kind of hold off because, I would like to try to improve my audio a bit. At least get rid of some background noise. At least look into what I would have to do.
I mean, on my end, you sound good, crystal
Well,
clear.
that's the saying though. It's only for Discord. Sounds crystal clear. If you heard the stream or the recording, you'll hear the fans and stuff.
Oh, okay, that's
So
weird.
if I show you an unedited clip, you'll hear it. And so we're like, well, use filters. Like I'm actually using filters. It sounds way worse without filters.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's just the issues of living in a house that will never have central AC.
Yeah.
Because now the big units cost like upwards of 10K. Not to
Oh yeah.
mention, I would have to get all the ducts replaced, and then they would find all the rotted or molded walls.
Yeah.
So it's just it would cost a fortune, and
I told
I
you.
bag groceries for a living.
I thought you had to make a poor man's swamp cooler, didn't I?
Yes, that is an option, I think. But I'm gonna do some research eventually. It's kind of a low priority for me.
All right.
As well.
It's also getting that time of year or whatever. The
Yeah.
temperatures are going to start dropping as well. So.
Yeah, this is probably like the best time for me to record because I can actually turn my shit off. Um,
Um, if you need how to do that poor man's swamp cooler again, let me know and I'll more than happy walk you through how to make it.
oh, okay. Yeah, I would probably be hitting you up, but it's like I said, because I all my other projects, like just this one's kind of like pushed to like the bottom, so I'll
Yeah.
eventually get around to it. Kind of like how it took me 6 months to edit some podcasts. Um, yeah, it's weird because I get this mood too where it's like I just I don't have to stream today. I'll just work on this all night because I'm making progress. But
Hell
it's
yeah.
going to take me like these projects take me like 80 hours, even
Oh, yeah.
though I only have like 3 hours of free time. So it's like it's okay to stream. Keep up your numbers, honey. The project's going to be there next week and the week after because it's a long ass project.
Well, at the same time,
Web
don't
design
ever
and
bring
research and stuff.
Well, at the same time, please don't burn yourself out on streaming either, because there have been nights where I've felt burnt out, but
Yeah.
I still powered through the stream and everything.
Yeah, it's like I put on a show.
Like
Yeah.
I don't mind getting basically have the banana hung out in front of me, dance monkey dance,
Yeah.
entertain me. I don't mind doing that. Sometimes I enjoy it, but there are nights when I'm like, you know what? I just want to stay home or I just don't want to don't want to get in front of the camera. I just want to watch YouTube or something.
Yeah, so it's like if I chill and work on stuff, that's like time I could be streaming and keep my my stock up. And if I'm streaming, then it's then I'll barely ever get around to the project. So it's they
It's
don't
a damned if
coexist
you
very
do,
well.
damned- It's a catch-22. Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah.
Well, my heart goes out to you. Truly, it does.
Oh,
'Cause I understand that feel.
Yeah.
So I meant to ask, because I know we're covering the Game Awards tonight. Are we just covering up all the nominees for the different categories that have been announced, or what was the plan? I forgot to ask you about that
Uh,
earlier.
I'm assuming 'cause I'm gonna click this vote now button in a few minutes, and then I will look and discuss. But first, I guess we could talk about the last year's Game Awards.
Okay.
Okay, it was for most people it wasn't that great because it was literally like 85%. That's pretty set somewhere online, but it was like mostly just trailers.
Yeah.
Because basically it's like one guy fucked up the year before and had like an 8+ minute long speech. Uh,
Yeah, I think that was Kratos' voice
yeah,
actor.
Big Daddy Kratos. And so everyone only got like what 30 seconds.
Yeah, everyone got like a minute max, and then it was the whole wrap it up meme from from the Chappelle show.
Ush.
Yeah, they legit had like the big prompter in the back toward the cameras that said, "Please wrap it up."
Yeah, it's like, because some of these people like we're quite interesting to hear from. Oh, but wait, the Hollywood actors got the exception, the
Yeah,
special treatment.
one thing that made me wonder was like, why was Robert De Niro there? Like, he's not a gamer. Why was
Yeah,
Robert there?
uh,
That casting made no sense to me.
yeah, like this charming Japanese lady, get her off the stage. Michael McConaughey, give him like 5 more minutes.
Yeah, I'm just like some of these castings, like Jeff, what the fuck are you on?
Yeah, it's like we get like try to beat somewhere in the middle. Like what's good? What's a generous time? Like 3 minutes.
I'd say 3 minutes is good enough
Yeah.
time. That's enough time, to thank the team, thank the fans, thank the audience. Say a couple of nice things about the rest
Yeah.
of the team, and then fuck off with your award.
Thanks for buying the game. My team appreciates it. They did a lot of hard work. I gotta go take a shit. Bye.
Basically, I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of like what Ricky Gervais did at the Grammys and everything. He's like, a lot of them was like, he was when he was roasting all of Hollywood. It's like you don't know what it's like to be a normal guy, a normal person, living your life day to day. You're privileged. Thank your say your word. Thank whatever God you pray to, and then fuck off. I will always love that because that was like the last time he hosted the. I think it was like the Golden Globes or the Grammys or something. I can't remember what award show it was.
Yeah.
They're all of them are fucking pompous anymore. They're all dick
Yeah.
waving contests now.
Oh yeah, I never watched any of the movie ones or nothing like that.
I used to watch some of the movie ones when I was young, when I
I
was a
think
bit of
most of
a
the shit I do watch like doesn't qualify for award shows and shit like that.
right. Same here. Like even the Game Awards, even now, I'm just like the last two, like the last one I didn't even watch. As I don't care because I know Baldur's Gate is gonna take a lot of these awards, and I was right. But at the same time, I was just like, a lot of these aren't like the whole debacle with The Last of Us 2 versus Sekiro for the game for the player's choice and everything.
Yeah.
Like how Last of Us 2 won damn near every award, and they were all flexing on it, but everybody was laughing at them. It's like, yeah, you won all these awards and Game of the Year. Whoop-de-doo, you didn't win Player's Choice. Players voted for Sekiro.
Right.
And what makes me, what still makes me not particularly happy about how they're going to be casting the votes is they have a curator, like a something council, I forget.
Yeah.
And it's like 90% of the votes go to them, and 10% actually of people actually voting
Huh.
of the players. And some of these companies, I'm not like
Hmm.
awards.
Whose dick do I have to suck to get on this console?
Uh, there was where is it? There was like a whole bunch of companies that were oh gods, I don't it. Well, keep on talking.
Oh.
I gotta find this because this is gonna bother
Oh.
me if I don't find it.
Okay. Well, he's going OCD. But for our gay people, this is being recorded on I think the final day of Transgender Awareness Week. Yas Queens. And I'll probably be posting a few more people in my curator section on my Discord to follow. And looks like on the 21st, 2 days from now on Thursday, we're going to have the Seasons of Pride Queer Indie Showcase. So I'll be checking that out, see what's worth us doing a reaction to. But yes, more gay games.
Okay, I found it.
Okay.
Um, yeah, oh, I'm sorry. It's the jury decision. The jury's decision counts for 90% compared to 10% of the popular vote. So here are the companies that are part of this voter jury. Okay.
Okay.
You have IGN,
Uh-huh.
Inverse, the Jeff Gerstmann Show. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. Kind of Funny.
They're okay.
The LA Times.
No.
MinMax.
Heard they're okay.
PC Gamer.
Heard they're okay.
Polygon.
They're decent.
Venture Beat. Don't know. No. The Verge. Touch Arcade. What's Good Games.
They're great.
NPR. Never even heard of them. Pride.com and Variety.
I can say. I'm a fan of What's Good Games.
Like some of these I don't understand. Like what is the LA Times doing here?
Yeah, good question. LA it's a blue state and gaming's really progressive these days. Yeah, and LA's the gay state as well.
I just think it should this shouldn't be a thing. It should be up to the players, the popular vote.
Yeah.
Because I think that's how you really figure out how well these games did.
Oh yeah.
Because some of these, I think it was I looked it up earlier.
Oh geez, not again.
Sorry. You know how OCD I get sometimes.
So among the trailers, I think a lot of especially these cis straight white men are probably not cray about this year. It's kind of like the year to Wokey. And because I recall in among all those freaking trailers from the last one, oh man, I wonder how many it's gonna be. Let me say.
I can only imagine how many of those how much is gonna be trailers.
Okay, 25 over or under.
Over and under on 25?
Yes.
I'm gonna go on the over.
Okay. But there was, among all those trailers, there was only one that starred a white guy. Yeah, that game also even came out.
Okay, so I found it. PC Gamer. Now this made me scratch my head and actually kind of made me a little bit mad.
Right.
Granted, I know it was two different writers who gave these two different scores.
Yeah.
Okay, me and you, we can both agree. Space Marine 2, the one that just came out.
Yeah.
Good game. Me and you could agree on that one, right?
Word.
Fun game. Pardon?
Word.
Okay. But they gave it a score of 60.
Seems a little harder than that.
But now here's the thing: the other writer, the game they gave, Gollum, the worst game that came out this year, hands down. Because nothing worked in that fucking game,
Oh, Gollum. Okay.
Yeah, Gollum.
That was this year?
Yeah, that was this year.
Oh man, I felt like last year.
They gave that a 64.
What in the?
They gave Space Marine a lower score than Gollum. And I'm just like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, PC Gamer.
Wow.
Like a lot of these things, like a lot of these shows, I'm just like,
What's funny is I used to love that company too that made Gollum. But I'm like, and when I saw him, like, what are you doing? You don't make these kind of games. You're a point and click company.
Yeah, it's just like, what the fuck are you doing? Stay within your own wheelhouse,
Yeah.
Stick to what you're good. I mean, I understand wanting to try new things, and that's how companies expand, and sometimes you might have a hit, But I saw gameplay footage of Gollum, and I'm like, did y'all even test this? It's like Gollum is this generation's ET.
Okay, let's see here.
Yeah, I'm just like PC gamer giving a Gollum a 64 and Space Marine a 60. No, fuck you. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But a lot of these companies, I really don't care for anymore because a lot of the journalists, a lot of their opinions are null and void to me.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess before I click on, I guess let's discuss a couple games that I've confirmed are not Game of the Year or even nominated.
Yep.
Okay, Dragon's Dogma 2. Like, really?
I mean, I didn't play it, but from what I heard, a lot of the kickback against it was twofolded. One, there was no fast travel, and the only way to get fast travel was like a couple items, and if you ran out of those, you had to buy them on the with real money.
Mm.
That was one of the things. Like to an extent,
I
I
remember the
understand,
first game had fast travel.
but from what I understood about that game, it's kind of like a D&D adventure.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna run into random encounters and everything, and that's how you get stronger.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I'm willing to accept that, and I can actually roll with that, you know. Because sometimes those random encounters are more fun than the actual story encounters, you know.
Yeah, it's like D&D meets Shadow of the Colossus because you get to fight a lot of monsters that you just jump and climb on.
Exactly. Now, mind you, like I said, I haven't played it, but I know one of the other reasons why a lot of people didn't like it, and it was after, for some reason, uh, granted, I'm not a big fan of him either, only because of what he's done in WoW. Was Asmongold was tied? I guess he had like a promo for it or like
Huh.
a creator thing for it when it first released.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the whole ordeal was, but I know Asmongold had like a promo thing I think to it with a bunch of other creators,
Yeah.
and for some reason, because it was Asmongold, people were shitting all over it. I was like, okay.
Asmongold has been getting a pretty bad reputation lately.
I mean, well, this is all before all this shit that's been going down here recently.
Yeah.
But like I said, I don't like him because one of the things I like. I used to like him way back when,
Yeah.
but then I heard when the classic servers came back up and he was doing raiding, he was a warrior, and toward the end of one of the raids or the last boss of a raid, I can't remember.
Yeah.
A warrior helmet dropped, but it was good for a tank, which he was not.
Yeah.
And somebody else won the role for that helmet, and he nicked it for himself, saying, "I need it more because more or less because I'm the streamer."
All right.
And I'm just like, nope, ninja looting. That's automatic foul right there, dude. No, that's shit behavior right there.
At first, I was a little petty. I stopped watching him just because he stopped playing Final Fantasy 14. But then he's keep kind of more and more anti-woke and stuff. Okay, I'm good.
I mean,
And,
I mean, me and you're woke.
yeah.
I'm anti-woke, but at the same time, me and you still get along.
Uh,
But
yeah. But
I'm just like, because that was one of the things I remember about Dragon's Dogma 2. Is like one Asmongold was tied to it, and that got people shitting on it. That and the whole fast travel thing.
yeah.
Uh, like I understand fast travel is a convenient thing in
Yeah.
modern gaming. Because sometimes you just don't want to deal with random encounters. I get that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that's how sometimes you build your party. Sometimes it's the only way to build your party.
Right.
So I mean, I can understand the whole fast travel thing to an extent, but at the same time, I was like, just suck it up and go through the random encounters. Come on.
Let's see here. Next game, that did not make it. The Prince of Persia: Lost Crown. I mean, it's like, hey, Ubisoft finally did a good thing. They brought back an old IP that people loved. They actually made a nice short game, and it's a Metroidvania. And
Was this no? That I'm thinking the Sands of Time was not the first one, but the first 3D one that came out.
Yeah.
Because the original one was like a 2D platformer.
Yep.
But no, I didn't play that one. But then again, Prince of Persia was never really my bag, you know?
Not quite mine either, but still, I recognize a decent game when I see it. You know, it's like Zelda is not my bag, but I recognize it's a good game.
Oh no, Ocarina of Time,
Yeah.
always one of my top tier games. Even though now that I'm older, I could look back at it and critique it. But obviously when you're younger, oh, this is the greatest game ever.
Yeah. It's
But now I can look at it without rose-tinted goggles, and it's one of the. I still remember what Ego Raptor said when he did his sequelitis episode about Ocarina of Time. He was like, "What am I doing with my life? I'm criticizing Ocarina of Time in the internet. I'm gonna get crucified."
did he?
No, well, some people shit on him because of it, but it's also because a lot of people don't like Aaron or Ego Raptor.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, I was watching the video. It's like, some of these critiques are actually hold weight.
Right. Oh, one of these days. Well, I think I might have to suck up and play through the Zelda series soon. But
Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck. All I'm gonna say, especially with them older titles.
Yeah, because I was playing like Twilight Princess and Link to the Past. I'm like, I said, I recognize it's a good game, but it doesn't really seem for me. Like, I love Breath of the Wild because I like open world games where I just kind of take my time and go at a pace instead of like this linear stuff. Ocarina seemed to have a better time with as well, but like I for some reason dropped it. But we're gonna pick back up soon.
Well,
I
it was
guess.
also one of those things. The N64 controller was a clusterfuck to try to work with.
I
Sometimes.
love the 64 controller.
Well, no. Like I said,
Yeah.
sometimes it was. It wasn't, in my opinion, it wasn't as bad or confusing as the GameCube controller. But I still get shit on because everyone's like, "Oh, the GameCube controller is the best controller ever." It's like, I'm looking at it from the outside.
It looks like an alien made it.
Right. And I'm just like, I could not function with that thing. It's like, I will just stick to my PlayStation controller if I need a controller. Other than that, I'm using mouse and keyboard.
But I do really like the 3DS version of Ocarina.
Oh yeah, no, I had that one too. That was actually fun. I actually beat it on that one, and I got the mirror version, and then I unlocked the mirror version. I was like, oh god, this is so much harder now. Because my muscle memory isn't kicking in.
Yeah. What else I gonna say? But
you were talking about Prince of Persia.
Okay. I didn't know there was Zelda somewhere in there. But let's see here. Another game that did make Game of the Year somehow was or even nominated was Silent Hill 2 Remake.
I thought that did get nominated, did it not?
Not from what I'm telling. This report is I think November. Fin of last week.
Game of the Year nominees.
Might be like a horror title, but not in the Game of the Year.
Okay, here are the Game of the Year. Oh, okay. It wasn't.
Nope.
Okay, here's
Don't
the
spoil.
Game of the Year. Oh, okay. I'll keep it tabbed there.
Yeah. So I got an idea, but it's like
But yeah, no. It was not. I thought it was, honestly, but I'm
yeah.
looking at a fan made Game of the Year, which those are valid in my opinion.
Yeah, the guy I was actually just watching because one of the places I get my podcast information. He actually literally mirrored my sentiment because I can only play this game maybe 30 minutes at a time because the anxiety just drains you, and oh shit, that's me. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I understand completely. It's one of those things like, okay, I'm getting way too worked up. I need to take a breather. I need to walk away for a little bit, and I'll come back to this tomorrow. Or you say you're gonna come back in about an hour, and then an hour becomes 2, and then it's like, oh well, it's already.
It's like, nah, we're gonna play some Dragon Age or something. Switching. Even though I advertised it, but I think cause I like the fact that games like Silent Hill really kick in my fight or flight instincts, cause I'm like, oh shit, the monster's right here. I gotta deal with him now.
Yeah, and that's what those games are built to do. They're meant to feed off your anxiety.
Yeah, and
I praise games like that,
And what's crazy too is that doesn't matter how easy the game is either, it still does it because in the original Silent Hill 2, on the lightest difficulty, you have infinite ammo.
Yeah.
So, and I'm still like, I'm too scared of what's down the hallway.
Oh yeah, no, I
Yeah.
get that completely.
Even though I have enough ammo to gun down like 30 nurses in one room, I'm
It's
still like, I don't even want like, I'm scared of one. You
well,
know?
it's a mix of it's a mix of the fear of the unknown
Yeah.
and your nerves are so bound up and
Yeah.
wound up so tight because you don't know what to expect,
Yeah.
and you're nervous, and you're like, it's one of those things like sometimes that it's, in my opinion, it's one of the greatest things a horror game could do is if you're about to go around a corner and you're expecting a jump scare or something to come out and
Yeah.
get you, and nothing happens.
Yeah.
That is when it's a key, because that is like, it prolongs the experience. It does, and it denies you kind of the. I heard it, someone describe it as like, it denies you the satisfaction of the scare itself,
Yeah. Um.
because sometimes that can be very satisfying. Because like, okay, I know it's there now, but if nothing happens, then your nerves are still bound up and everything, and you don't know what the hell is going to happen.
Yeah, and I like the one games where it's like, it's, I don't know, it's either adaptive AI or just really well done programmed, but where it's like, it's behind me, isn't it? And
Oh
you're
yeah.
right.
Or sometimes like, it's behind me, isn't it? And then you look behind you and nothing's there.
Yeah, I remember in Fear too. It's like 'cause Alma's, yeah, I said she's either behind me or she's appearing or making so many different like jump scare stuff, and it's like, and I'm kind of like, it seems safe. It's just an empty room. All enemies are dead. Gotta proceed to the next area. I look around and I decided to take out my sniper scope. I just like, I'm zooming around the area. I look on like the far fucking across the area through like a door window. I just see her just staring at me.
Yeah, no, I love it when devs do something like that.
Yeah,
It's like,
like Easter egg
it's one of the,
stalking.
right. It's like, oh, what was her name? Irma, I believe.
uh, Alma.
Alma, thank you. Alma is like kind of poking her head around the corner. It's like, I see you,
Yeah.
and she's like, don't worry, I'm not gonna scare you yet. That comes later.
It's
And then she
just,
moves her head back on the other side of the door, and you're like, what the fuck was that?
I tell you, I'm not crazy. It's just,
I saw the bitch.
yeah.
She was right there. And then you go over there, and then she's fucking gone. You're like, that bitch is here. I know what I saw. What I saw.
It's just, and more game that didn't make the game of the year. Only, and this one's only because if you want to be game of the year, you got to come out around June. Yeah, or no later than that.
Yeah.
Cause apparently I'm not a big fan of Dragon Quest, but the Dragon Quest 3 remake I hear is gangbusters. You know, and I played Dragon Quest 11. I'm like, oh, I do not like the way this works, and I hear a lot of the older ones work the same way. I'm like, oh, never mind then about this series.
Yeah.
But yeah, so victim of timing.
Well, at the same time, Dragon Quest is also one of those household names. You know,
Yeah, so Final Fantasy, I guess, but
like that, and like Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy. Those are like one of the big boy, JRPGs and everything.
yeah,
I mean, their legacy is legendary because they've been around for what, 20 years now.
right.
So
Uh,
I mean, you have a franchise that's lasted that long. I mean, kudos to you. You made it this long. Congratulations.
Funny thing too is oftentimes Square Enix will approach like reviewers and be like, can you make a review on like our Dragon Quest or Saga series or something, because Final Fantasy gets all that love.
Yeah,
Oh man.
it's kind of like the bastard child, you know.
Oh boy. Okay, I'd say I'm gonna take a quick piss and then we're gonna start voting.
Right on. Let's go.
BRB. Okay.
What the heck?
Hopefully this award show won't be as rigged as the election. I'm kidding. Uh, I was watching an episode of freaking Sonic Boom, and Robotic even has a robot that just stuffs ballots. Yeah.
I mean, it's Robotnik. What do you
Yeah.
expect?
Yeah. All right, so I decided my Twitch account, and click. All right, vote now or view this year's nominees. File the winners live on December 12th. Hey, it's my sister's birthday. Rest in power, Jesse.
Right on.
Start voting. Oh, we're going right for the big one. Let's actually.
You're at first?
Yeah. Well, actually, let's view all categories.
All right.
Game of the year, best game direction, best narrative, best art direction, best score and music, best audio design, best performance, best mobile game, best debut indie game, best independent game, best community support, best ongoing, games for impact, innovation and accessibility, best VR/AR. What's AR again? Anyways.
Augmented reality.
Oh, snap. Best action game, best action adventure, best RPG, best fighting, best family, best sim/strategy, best esports athlete, best esports game, content creator of the year, let's see, our most anticipated game, best adaptation, best multiplayer, best racing slash sports, and best esports. Okay. So start voting. I kind of want to start from the bottom up and save this for last, actually.
Yeah, let's start from the bottom up, and we'll just go from there. And we'll give our who we think should win that particular award and all that, and then go from there.
I'm trying to remember what the bottom was. Okay, I think I'm getting near the end. Previous. Free rounds, free chance to vote. Okay, best esports team. They're basically the shit we care about the least. Right.
I haven't watched any esports teams since I watched Heroes of the Storm.
Team looking for Dota 2. T1 for League of Legends. Navi for Counter-Strike. Gen G for League of Legends. And Billy Gaming for League of Legends.
I couldn't care less on either way.
Okay, who has the prettiest people, I guess?
Oh, here, why don't you stream that to me and I can take a look with you?
Oh, I thought I was already. My bad. Okay.
No, ma'am. I was just like, why is she streaming so I can watch with her?
There you go.
There we go. Okay. Nope.
Okay, so basically we got two Eastern teams. Then we got the white boys in the middle. Another I'd say Eastern because I can't tell Chinese, Japanese, Taiwanese, whatever. And then we got clearly some European on the right there.
Yeah. I could care less either way. The only one I know is... Oh, I take it back. I know two. I heard of Gen G before and Team Liquid. But I've heard them from, I believe, different games as well. But like I said, I don't watch esports anymore.
Among I guess I like League of Legends out of free games.
I mean, I used to watch the Overwatch World Cup and the Heroes of the Storm World Cup, but that was also because I was watching BlizzCon as well.
Okay, who would kick the ass if there was a brawl right now? Who'd be winning?
Well, the front guy in Billy Gaming, he looks like he could scrap.
Yeah.
But the guys at Navi, you don't really get a full body shot of them either, so you don't really know.
Yeah, they look like a soccer team.
Yeah, but soccer players are also fold like a house of cards as well. I mean, look at Team Liquid. That looks like a fucking soccer stadium as well. I don't know. I guess Billy Gaming. I mean, like I said, they look like they could scrap.
Let's see here. Alright, we'll give it to Billy Billy.
I wonder if it'll show like a whole of, like the.
Let's find out. Okay.
Oh, okay. So.
Share your
Alright.
vote.
Nah. No, that's change your vote.
No, not click the ads. Vote place, then click free because I'm doing everything half backwards.
Oh,
Best
okay.
esports athlete.
Don't know any of.
Taylor Covey, Faker.
No,
Huh.
I guess if anybody, if I guess Alex Sib or Chovy look like they could do the best in a scrap. Ziwu might be a wild card though.
Yeah. Yeah, let's get to the wild card. Okay. Let's see here. Wait, let's double check. Okay, yeah, it kept my screen. Good.
Okay, cool.
Okay, next one. We got best esports game. Now we're talking.
Okay, now we're starting to get back in our own wheelhouse.
Counter-Strike 2, which is still going. We're just back in 2009 or something.
Wait, I thought it was Counter-Strike Global Offensive is a big one now. Is it 2 now?
It's 2 apparently.
Huh.
Dota 2. Okay, League of Legends.
Mobile Legends, Bang Bang, or Valorant. Valorant is a new kid on the block.
I heard Valorant's okay.
Yeah, I heard okay. I've seen some playthrough. It's kind of not really an Overwatch clone, but it's just different enough.
Yeah. If I had to play any of them, it would be League of Legends.
Even that community's way too toxic and salty for me.
Yeah,
and you know me.
You were bragging about today. Yeah.
Huh?
You were bragging about being toxic and salty and stuff like that.
I can be toxic and salty when I want to be. I also know when to put a lid on it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd probably have to go with Valorant myself.
Okay, I'll go to review that. Okay. So next.
Let's see who's next.
Content creator of the year. Oh. What's her name? Is it Viable?
Pecora?
No. What was her name? Who won last year? From V Shoujo.
Oh, Iron Mouse?
Yeah, where's Iron Mouse at?
Yeah, where's Mousy?
Yeah, I don't know who Chaso is.
I know who Queso is only because Meat Canyon made a funny animation of him. And apparently, like a lot of his viewers crack a whole bunch of fat jokes at him, and some of them he laughs at, and others he's like, ban this guy. Like some of them are fucking great. I'm not gonna lie. Some of them like, damn, that hurted me a little bit, and I got a stray on that one. But no, Pecora, I've watched like a handful of clips of her, and she's a precious little bean.
Yeah.
A little bit of chaos, a little bit of chaos as well. So
we like Chaos Marines.
Some of them. Oh God! So the other day I was playing Space Marine 2.
Yeah.
And I was playing as the Assault, right? Because I'm leveling up Assault to try to get all the armor cosmetics.
Yeah.
Well, it put me on Chaos. Dear gods, have you heard the Night Lord's dialogue in that game?
No.
It's like fucking Barry White trying to seduce me in my fucking ear. I don't like it.
Okay, so Pecora it is.
Yep, my vote's for Pecora.
Yep, VTuber Supremacy. You know what's crazy too is I've joined Blue Sky, and in 2 months, I got more followers than I have in 4 years on Twitter. And the majority of it is VTubers instead of Twitter bots.
Right on.
Yeah, so VTubers, Supremacy, stand up.
Here I am a flesh streamer as well.
Most anticipated game. Now here we go.
Here we go. Okay, so we got Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotai, GTA 6, Metroid Prime 4, and Monster Hunter Wilds.
I'm gonna see what this says. I go pee again real quick.
Yep.
Okay, so,
Welcome back.
I honestly don't believe people are really that hype about Death Stranding 2.
I
Um,
haven't heard a whole lot for it,
yeah,
honestly.
yeah, yeah, there's, Kojima went all out on the advertising for the first game.
Yep.
Uh, and, I think the trailer, what people weren't that crazy about it. So it's like, like, cause I like me some Kojima, even though he is a little bit of a pervert sexist. But, uh, I still got to play the first game, too. You know, I heard it's kind of like a walking simulator.
Yeah.
But,
It's a big walking simulator.
I think it probably would win, but it's got some too serious competition here.
Well, at the same time, it's. I think they kind of banked on the first one to
Yeah.
sell with two big names or three big names being tied to it. One was Norman Reedus playing the main character.
Yeah.
Two, Hideo Kojima directing it, and
Yeah.
three, I can't remember if this was confirmed or not, but I heard Guillermo del Toro was tied to it as well.
I believe so.
And those three are a powerhouse team in trio anyway.
And there was a cameo by Conan O'Brien.
That probably killed it right there, honestly. Okay, so Death Stranding, kind of hit or miss on both of us.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it's good, especially with some of these competitors here.
I mean, it might do good. We don't know.
Okay.
I mean, I wish it the best of luck, you know.
Yeah. Also, best luck to Ghost of Yotai. I think because the controversy over, it's too woke, it's got women.
I could care less, honestly.
Yeah.
Because samurai games were really never anything I kind of gravitated toward.
Yeah, like I wasn't really into Ghost of Tsushima, but now that one, it's a woman, and two, it's Erika Ishii. I love supporting one of my favorite voice actresses. So it's like, okay, I might actually pick up Tsushima and play this as well. So I heard Tsushima was really great.
Well, you mean Yotai?
No. I think I'll pick up both up.
Because
because
Tsushima was like two
yeah,
or 300 years before Yotai.
yeah, possibly. But I was gonna say like Tsushima on its own, I probably would never play it. But because Yotai's a saying, I'll go pick up Tsushima as well. Um, and so Yotai, I mean, it looks pretty decent. I like the light yellows. Yeah.
Granted, I don't know if we saw in-game engine. It might have been just pre-rendered cutscenes, but I mean, and I want to say it looked beautiful, but at the same time, it's not that hard to make a game look beautiful in a pre-rendered cut anymore.
Yeah.
So
and we've been also.
If you show me in-game engine, then you're gonna start impressing me.
And we've been over how like we gotta stop making games beautiful. It's too expensive.
Right.
Yeah.
But okay, GTA. Oh, sorry.
So again, that one's also like it probably would win it, but I think the other three to the right have got the most hype. Like, I would say it's equal hype between these three.
Two of them I'm more hyped for than one of them.
Yeah, start with GTA 6. I mean, we're already predicting like this is gonna be the biggest fucking game release of the century.
Oh yeah, I mean GTA 5 is already one of the best-selling games of all time.
And they should have released 6 like 5 years ago or something,
At minimum.
Yeah, because they dragged out that online. It turned into an MMO. And,
it really did.
Yeah,
now,
milked it.
I can't deny it has come out, with RP servers and a lot of content creators making some of the funniest content I've ever seen, honestly. But yeah, no, it should have been 6 should have come out 5 years ago. But I mean 6, if they follow the current GTA formula, they're gonna have a banger.
Man, I played GTA Online when it first came out on PS3.
I played GTA Online not too horribly long ago with the morons, and we had a blast with it. But
it was pretty basic back then.
Oh yeah, no, I still remember playing a while back, a couple of years ago, and it wasn't what it is now, but at the same time, there was still plenty to do.
Yeah. Oh man. We can go over a couple funny stories, but let's.
It's gonna be all I know. It's gonna be in Florida, and you live there, and you know what kind of chaos happens in Florida.
Oh yeah, we got Florida woman. Yeah, some people are pissed that you got to play as a woman. And honestly, that's kind of what I've been wanting since GTA 4.
Well, from what I heard, it's you can play one or two because
Yeah.
those two are siblings, and you get to choose who you want to play. From
Yeah.
what I understood, or
Uh,
you might bounce back and forth in between them, which
yeah.
I'm fine either or.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed Syndicate style.
Yeah, it's like you either play as one of them, or the story will flip. You hit a certain point in the story, then you play as the other sibling.
Yeah, because that's what I've been asking for since like the 2000s. Like, I want like a female GTA that's a badass, doesn't take your shit, is banging hookers, and that's when I kind of got that. I got that fits when I discovered Saints Row. Um, so, and, but then now Saints Row has gone away the dodo.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, that's gonna be the biggest release. And then we have Metroid Prime 4, which some people have been. It's been like 20 years.
It's been a minute since we've had a new Metroid game, and
I was in
I'm
high
just.
school and when last Metroid Prime came out, and now I'm almost middle aged.
Mm-hmm.
This one's got a lot of like stock hype built up.
Yeah, ju- this is more character hype than anything. Because Samus
Yeah,
is still, even though it hasn't been a Metroid game for a long time, Samus is still a household name.
yeah,
I mean, she's still a badass bitch, and I will give credit where credit's due. She is like one of the. I don't think she's the video game vixen, but one of them.
one of the first.
Yeah, one of the first, and she.
Yeah.
But she's a fucking badass, and I will admit.
I don't think that game's gonna be as good, or I don't think it's gonna live up to the hype. But
It.
yeah.
I mean, it might. We
Mhm.
don't know. I mean, it could do very fucking well,
Yeah,
or it just might fall face flat in the mud.
yeah. And then we have supposedly come out in February, Monster Hunter Wilds, which
I got.
go on.
Oh, I was gonna say a couple buddies of mine are very hyped for this game.
Yeah. And so if this one, it's like I never got into it, but I'm kind of like amazed how fucking hype this series is.
Oh yeah, no, this game gets so much hype really fast.
Which also I
But
believe this game was also the final grand trailer of the last year's Game Awards.
I
Uh,
believe it.
yeah, it was the final reveal. But yeah, it's like I look at the freaking face, like wow, Um, I never really gave the game a bunch of shots, like I didn't get past the tutorial, but
I mean,
'cause
I
go on,
I played Monster Hunter World, and it was okay,
yeah,
but who it was tied to, not the game itself, but the person who got me into it.
yeah,
We had that falling out, and it
oh,
just kind of soured the game for me. And I'm just like, mainly because I told them I wanted to fight the behemoth. That was my goal. That
oh, I
was the
remember
main
the
thing.
story,
I wanted to fight the behemoth, and then we got to the point where, and I got geared, and they're like, no. And I was like, well, fuck you then.
one of these days I'll boot a world, I'll live your dream for you, uh,
I'll let you live. I'll live vicariously through you on that one.
but because I just never really been big into the giant monster hunting. So whether it's Shadow of the Colossus or Dragon's Dogma, it's not really been my thing.
I mean, giant monster hunting can be fun, but you got to do it right. And from what I've gathered, this game does it right, but it just wasn't for me.
Right.
I mean, to those who enjoy it, hey, have at it, rock on.
Yeah.
Get down with your bad self on it. But I mean, just don't expect me to come along with you. I'll watch, but I'm
Yeah.
like, I can't. And some of these game prices nowadays, I'm like, I can't justify that.
Yeah. What's funny? I was just watching a video like, you won't spend $70 on a game, but you spend $700 on microtransactions for on a free game. That's just.
I
Um.
mean, yeah, some people do that, but at the same time, those microtransactions on some of those freemium games, some of them are very small. It's
Yeah.
like $1 here and $1 here, and then it adds up.
But
But the
those
point
idiots
still
that
the
pay like
same.
$30 for a mount and $10 for a skin.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's kind of like how I still get shit for some of my family. Like, well, if you didn't smoke all that money you went to cigarettes, you could have got yourself a new car. It's like, nope, that's illogical, and it's already been debunked because a pack cost me, $8 or something,
yeah.
and um, it's not like I dropped all that money at once. I buy, I drop $8 like every 2 or 3 days.
Hmm.
It doesn't add up as fast as you think it does.
So how will the votes add up for these games?
I'd have to give it to GTA 6, honestly.
Yeah, it's entirely GTA and Monster Hunter. So it's like, well, yeah, I think GTA's got this is more popularity than Monster Hunter.
Oh, definitely. But this is your vote, so you vote for who you want there, sweetheart. I'm just giving
Uh,
my commentary along with you.
I'll go with that. Let's
I
go.
would. I
Yeah.
figured you would have voted for Ghost of Yotai.
Oh, my hyped.
Yeah,
So,
this
oh,
is on your account.
I thought we were like voting like on
As a team?
oh, no, or like just like what's going to win, or what's the obvious pick here.
Oh, okay. I
Okay.
thought we were. Okay, I thought this was. I was
My,
giving
my
my
okay, my
commentary.
person, my anticipated 5. Okay.
Yeah, this is on your account. This is your personal votes here, sweetheart. I'm just giving my commentary with you.
Yeah. Let's see
So
here.
don't let my opinion sway your vote, okay?
Okay, but let's see here. Podcast
So
vote.
most anticipated game, the game you're looking forward to the most.
Okay, see here. So I just want you to. I am kind of getting hyped for GTA. Monster I'll eventually try out. But I want to go back and play World first, and then Rise, and then I'll get around to this. So
Yeah,
it probably won't even be like 2025 by the time I get to Wilds.
fuck.
Uh,
As
oh,
the longest some of these games drag out, it might be 2030 before you get to it.
yeah. There's too many games, too many options. Um, yeah. I was like too. It's like it's like Monster World does not work on this computer, so I got to drag on my other computer so I have to set that up. So I was like,
Well, your PC is kind of on par with mine, and yours can handle World.
yeah.
Mine could.
I can handle like I was just playing Dragon Age Velguard on the Ultra settings. But let's see here. GTA 6, that's gonna be pretty hype.
Yeah,
Uh,
no, that would hard to beat though.
yeah.
But
I'm
that's
not a
also
Metroid fan, so
well, here's the thing with Metroid and GTA. They're legacy. They're going to be legacy hits.
yeah. So and Death Stranding, it's like I want to play the first game first. So
Yeah.
I'm in no rush to play that one. So I think if all 5 are laid in front of me, I can play them now. Ooh. Um.
Well,
It would probably
here's
be GTA or Ghost of Yotai. I'll be honest.
if all else fails, you could always flip a quarter uh, if you can't make a choice.
Oh please, I'm a gamer. I've rolled dice.
I mean,
uh,
sometimes you got to flip quarters on some
yeah.
games.
Let's see here, because both of them scratch my feminist itch as well.
Well, here I'll pull up a dice roller.
F-
Okay, we'll roll a d6. So one, no, not. Okay, so we'll roll a d6, and one. Let's see, 1 through 3 will be goes to Yotai, and 1 to 3 goes to Yotai, 4 to 6 GTA.
okay.
All right, you ready?
Sure.
All right, on a d6, we got a 2.
Yotai. Alright, next game. Let's see here. Best adaptation. Here we go.
Here we go.
I've yet to watch Like a Dragon Yakuza.
I have yet to watch it, but
I don't
I've
know if
heard
it's a original tale or if it's a sequel or what.
I've heard good things.
Yeah, I heard pretty good. I can't speak on that. I watched the other 4.
I
Arcane
have
is
watched.
killing it. Although I feel like season 2 isn't as good as season 1. But
I mean that's kind of par for the course for any sequel,
yeah.
Fallout, we watched that together. I had some nitpicks, but that was
Yeah.
also because I didn't play
Right,
4 and I
right.
didn't see some of the new stuff.
Wade and Knuckles, very disappointing.
Very disappointed with that one. They could have made a fucking banger with that.
Honestly, I think out of 5, I like the Tomb Raider one the most. Very good iteration of Lara Croft. Love the design. Picks up right after Shadow the Tomb Raider.
Which
Uh,
one was that one?
Shadow?
Yeah, which one was that? That was the first one of this last generation, right?
No, it's basically it picks up right after the reboot trilogy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's too many fucking Tomb Raider games. I can't keep up with them anymore.
Not that you'd think, but I think some of the better episodes were like the one where they actually are like dealing with magical tombs and stuff. and they already got season 2 coming. Um, so yeah, like honestly, that was my favorite out of 5.
I mean,
And
my vote would probably. I never saw. I saw only Fallout and Knuckles. I
yeah,
haven't seen the other three, so my vote would
I
probably go
well
Fallout.
because you said it, I'm gonna make you watch Arcane now. Um,
Well, I just never got into LOL. That's one of the things I didn't watch.
that
The reason I didn't watch Arcane.
that's the magical thing though. It's kind of like Red versus Blue. You don't need to play the main game to know to get into the show.
Really, I
Yeah,
was told
yeah, you don't need to know shit about the lore or nothing.
I was
Because
told having some pre-knowledge would help.
it'd
I,
probably
I,
be
I mean,
like, "Whoo, it's him or it's her." But
I guess it's kind of one of those things. Like, it kind of helps you. You kind of get a grasp of who was who, you know. But
yeah,
past that, it's a whole original story.
but it's like I think because like but they also changed a bit of lore too. Like from what I can tell, like because Jinx and Vi are sisters, are blood sisters and relatives in the show, but I heard they're not related in the game.
Oh,
But
so some retcons happened.
so retcons happen, but yeah, it was a really damn good show, especially the first season. And so yeah, I'll definitely have to show it to you. Because
Yeah, one of
I
these.
never got
One of
into
these
LOL, so
yeah, one of these weekends we'll have to sit down and actually watch some Arcane.
yeah.
But
Fall
I'm
season
still
2 is
disappointed.
coming. I said
I'm
we
still
were nitpicked and disappointed with a lot of bits.
I'm still disappointed with Knuckles. Man, that could have been a great fucking smash. In my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah, it's like, why bother making the show? Or at least you could change the name and people would have had less flack. If it was Wade and
Yeah.
Knuckles, it would have been so much different.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't have been as upset if it was Wade and Knuckle.
Like, we ain't seen like a dragon, but we're pretty sure Knuckles is 5th place on this list.
Yeah, no, hands down.
Yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it, hope Yakuza has some kick-ass martial arts fight scenes. Holy
It'd
shit.
have to.
Yeah, it's like combat and silly shit. That's Yakuza.
It's
Yeah.
combat and chaos.
Oh, do you think they did Vegeta in the show? Oh man, that's interesting.
I hope the one in the suit, like in the middle, I hope that's Goro. I
Could be.
really hope it. I really hope it is.
Yeah, cause was it Dante, the guy? That's the older looking guy in the back there.
Yeah.
And I think that might be his kid. And then I think this is the chick he romanced in the first game, the red.
And that might be Kirio in the front,
Well,
maybe.
no shit. Uh, all right.
Yeah, it ain't what's his name with the fro.
No. But so yeah, what to do on our to-do list? Uh,
Yeah.
what streams is it? Netflix or something?
It says it's on Amazon.
Oh, I got that one right now.
Let me see. I have Amazon Prime. Let
Okay.
me see. You like a dragon? I do have access to it, so yeah. Let's see. How many episodes are there in this? Only 5 episodes.
Huh. So it's a glorified movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. Well, each episode is 45 minutes, so.
Okay. But interesting. I always think that Yakuza would be a hard show to make. It's not like there's like magical CGI shit going on.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
But
And some of the outlandish shenanigans they get into, especially when Goro shows up.
yeah. Oh man. Also, if anyone ain't seen it, look up Yakuza the stage play. You're welcome.
That just sounds amazing.
Yes. Uh,
Okay, so voting time. My vote is for Fallout.
well, I vote for Tomb Raider. But I'll say it's mostly for people who are fans of the reboot trilogy. But let's see. Second place. I would have to get to Arcane, and
Okay.
then I'll definitely guess Fallout, Yakuza, and Knuckles.
It's bad that a show we haven't seen ranks higher than a show we have seen.
Yes. That's good on the cray. But Tomb Raider, love you, Laura. Thank you, Netflix. Now bring back the canceled Overwatch show.
Oh, best multiplayer. Here we fucking go, boys.
Alrighty, we have the COD Block Ops 6.
I mean, at this point, every year is going to have a COD game.
Yeah.
That's honest.
Okay, Helldivers 2. Listening. Super Mario Party Jamboree.
I've
Okay.
heard I've heard that one's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Tekken 8. Okay, they couldn't keep Hashi dead.
No.
Nope. And then War Hero Space Marine 2.
Okay, so I have two votes in this. Obviously, Helldivers and Space Marine.
Same.
If I had to choose which
Yeah.
one I'm playing,
Yeah.
obviously I'm playing Space Marine.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Helldivers. I'm having a
Yeah.
lot of fun with it. But I mean, come on. I get to play as a Carcharodon.
Yeah, I think this is an easy vote. We love Yellow Divers, but not too much of that controversy. But at least he had a hell of a run in the beginning of the year.
Oh yeah, no, and they kind of fought back, but at the same time, the big patch where they nerfed everything, and then that kind of put a sour taste in everybody's mouth, and then they had to roll it back.
Yep.
But no, Space Marine, hands down. And I'm upset this didn't win Game of the Year either, or wasn't nominated.
Made my top 10.
It was my Game of the Year, hands down.
Okay, but yeah, damn good multiplayer.
Fun, it's a lot of fun.
That was a quick one for us.
Yeah.
No discussion there. Best sports / racing. Okay. Back to going, again. F1 24. I suck at F1 racing. Esports FC, so it was soccer.
Soccer.
I'm good.
Basketball, tennis, and then wrestling.
NBA. It looks like he's about to freaking get into a cage fight. Let him play basketball.
Right.
And then we have I think he's about to take her out. He's about to whack her in the back of the head and spray her.
It looks like he's about to fucking whap her in the fucking face. Like, shut up.
Stop stealing the ball. And I guess because I'm a huge ass wrestling fan, I'm going for this one, of course.
I mean, they have Stone Cold right on the front.
Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, Stone. You got all the greats here. Yeah, I'm not a big sports ball fan.
Yeah, I'm not a big sport ball fan either. After I graduated high school, I'm like, I could live with or without it. Now my brothers, they would be arguing with me on this one.
Okay, but yeah, wrestling. It's a real sport, I swear. I was gonna say something about tennis, but I kind of forgot. Oh well. Okay, not even halfway. Best sim strategy, because there's not enough games to give them their own categories. Age of Mythology Retold with the fucking, what was it, 25-year-old P&G DLC?
Something like that.
Yeah, it's like, well, you want some art? Yeah, for your profile picture. Oh.
Yeah, you want, what was it? Do you want some NFTs?
Yeah. Let's see here. Frostpunk 2, which I hear is good shit. I kind of suck at those like, city managers.
I tried the first Frostpunk. Holy fuck, that game is hard.
Yeah. Oh, man. I can see. I think we might have saw a trailer where, like, we don't get it. Yeah. Mandalords. Yeah, that was like the quaint one. Like that was a quaint smash hit.
Yeah, that was a good one. I've heard nothing but good things about Mandalords.
And Unicorn Overlord, I'm kind of biased just because it has my anime JRPG aesthetic. And Sega Atlas, which, I'm a big Atlas fangirl.
You're a big Atlas fan.
Yeah. I wish my community was. I'm shocked Persona 3 won the vote for me to play that. Cause
Didn't you already play that one?
I never finished that.
Because I remember joining you in a call one night because you were bored and me and you just talked the whole time.
Yeah.
Playing that.
Yeah, I never finished it, but because I know people don't tend to vote for the Atlas games. Like Metaphor got so downvoted. Like what the fuck?
I mean, I would be down to do more of those streams with you because those are always fun. Just us bullshitting with each other while you're playing a game. I'm down to clown with that.
Right. Okay.
What game was it, or category was this?
Oh, best sim and strategy.
I'd have to give it to Manor mainly because it's, well, I've heard nothing but good things about Frostpunk 2.
Yeah.
Obviously because it's also one of those harder ones. But, I mean, Manor I wanted to play it.
Yeah.
What's it going for now on Steam? Let me look.
The Unicorn Overlord.
Let's see.
Yeah. Let me double check on Steam as well.
Manor is $40 dues right now.
Oh, is it not on Steam?
What?
Unicorn Overlord?
It might be one of those other games that you have to buy off a different website or a different vendor.
Let's see here. Platforms. It's console only. No wonder I ain't seen it
Oh,
around.
no wonder you ain't seen it on Steam. It ain't on our. We can't play it.
Yeah, that's about Switch, PlayStation.
They hate the PC Master Race. They hate us, Tilly.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I wanted to try Manor Lords because it looks fun. Because it's one of these city builders and it looks like it's one of those ones that I could actually kind of sink my teeth into. You know.
Yeah.
And from what I've seen, for the combat, it sinks its teeth back into you. But yeah, I have to give my vote to Manor Lord on this one.
Okay.
Honestly.
Yeah. Mine go to the unicorns. But so I'll just have to put on my Switch wish list.
Yep.
Okay. Strategy Combat looks pretty decent as well. Best family. Oh, fuck, it's gonna be hard for me.
Astrobot, Princess Peach, Showtime, Super Mario Jamboree, Legend of Zelda, Echoes of Wisdom, and the Plucky Squire. Or Plucky Squire, I'm sorry.
Never heard of the Squire, so fuck it.
Astrobot looks a lot of fun.
I thought it was kind of like overhyped a bit, to be honest, but
a little bit, but at the same time, it's one of those kind of cozy, turn your brain off kind of games, you know?
Yeah, and it's got the VR game.
I've heard nothing but good things about Super Mario Jamboree.
Yeah, and then you got my girls, Zelda,
Yeah.
Echoes of Wisdom, and
I
then
want to try the Zelda one, because that one looks fun.
Yeah.
But I don't know much about Princess Peach.
Maybe I can find a Switch emulator. I kind of gotta go Switch because this is a game I was so hyped about. All through like last year's trailers. This was like where I got my most hype. It came out.
This is one where you take over different jobs.
Yep.
Now I'm remembering.
She got kung fu. She got sword fencing, baking, and.
Hey, nothing wrong with baking, man.
Oh yeah.
I highly recommend everybody at least know how to bake and cook. At least basic stuff, you know.
And it was coming out a week before my birthday, and I kept hinting like, "Hey, want to give me a present? Hey," and no one fucking got for it. They got me other stuff for my birthday, but they didn't give me Princess Peach Showtime.
Well, I would have, but I'm po white folk. I'm broke as a joke.
Maybe next time, or something. I'd say.
Maybe.
Because, Nintendo never puts their first parties on sale.
Don't fucking remind me. I'm still waiting on Super Mario RPG to go on sale before grabbing that.
Right.
And I love that game.
I think you got Nintendo killing all the Switch emulators.
Technically it's their IP, you know. So to some extent, I get it, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, kind of.
You didn't need to. Like we can have a whole podcast about that.
Yeah, no, we'll have to put a pin in that one.
Hell, even my let's just say my team keeps advising me, don't talk about Nintendo. They will come after you. So.
You could talk about them, just don't have their music or game footage on your screen.
Yeah.
Fine.
But yeah, Princess Peach, One Day, Darling. Best fighting game. Oh boy.
Okay, let's see. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising, okay. Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collections Arcade Classics. That's a hell of a title.
Yeah.
Multiverses and Tekken 8.
Let's see here. Gonna start from the right this time.
Yep.
Tekken 8.
It's a legacy title.
Yeah, it feels the same. Or at least I'm sure it's like a lot like similar. Like I played 7 and it was just decent.
The last one I played was 4.
Wow.
If that shows how long it's been since I played a Tekken game.
I'm kind of curious, why the fuck was past me playing 7? It's not my genre, and I never really been a big Tekken fan. Like, why the fuck was I playing 7? But I remember beating the whole story mode.
I played Tekken because when I was a kid, we couldn't play Mortal Kombat because it had blood in it. So Mom met us halfway because we were wanting fighting games as kids, me and my brother. So Mom met us halfway and got us Tekken.
Yeah, but Street Fighter's always been my fighting jam, and I would rather play like something like King of Fighters than Tekken.
Yeah.
The multiverses, I'm just not a big fan of the Smash Brothers style. Um,
I'm not a big fan of the roster.
right. Some are some random shit like fucking Arya Stark from Game of Thrones. Like what the hell?
Well, it's because they're owned by Warner Brothers.
Yeah, it's just a weird fucking roster. You got like say like Arya Stark fighting Johnny Bravo or something. You know, it's like
Yeah, no, it's
versus
like
Superman. Like what?
it's one of those things like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
It's like a
Uh,
fucking fever dream.
yeah, Marvel's Capcom basically a bunch of old ass games. There's got a
Yeah.
re-release. I didn't even know Grand Blue Fantasy was a fucking versus game because I always thought they were RPGs.
Yeah, same here. I always thought Grand Blue was a fantasy or an RPG.
And then yes, Dragon Ball, which is kind of like the king of anime fighters.
Yeah.
They've actually are like the highest played fucking fighting game on Steam now, new record.
I've seen some of the game. I actually saw Connor play some of it when when I was down at San Angelo.
Yeah.
It looks kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, like
That
I might do a
it has
DBC
some
marathon at some point.
that and it has some of my favorite characters. Like, I mean, one of my favorite characters of all time has always been Broly,
Right.
and I like Dragon Ball Super Broly more than Z Broly.
Interesting.
Yeah, I like Super's take on Broly.
Huh. Well, yeah, because like Z, or like Z is kind of like that paradox, because like on one hand, super badass, but it's just a super ass stupid story.
It's just like what Vegeta they did in Team Four and
Exactly.
the DBZ abridged. He's so cool, but he's so lame.
Yeah. Oh my, yeah, that backstory is like probably the worst
Yeah,
backstory, but coolest fucking character concept. Yeah.
but yeah, no, I like. Have you seen the Broly movie?
Yeah.
Okay, because I wasn't sure because I was gonna say if you have it, I have it on my YouTube. We'll have to watch it one weekend.
Oh yeah. But I was thinking, like I said, maybe after the Final Fantasy Marathon or something, but might be doing like all the DBZ games at some point.
Oh, I actually meant to tell you this.
Yeah.
I know you're not a big fan of them, but when we were in that convention in San Angelo, um, there was a couple VAs there,
Yeah.
and Vic Mignogna was one of them, and
Right.
Connor is a big fan of
Yeah.
his work. You know, Edward Elric, Broly, and all that. I didn't know this, but he was also the voice of Ner'zhul in World of Warcraft.
Okay.
That one caught me off guard.
Yeah.
But he basically uh, gave Connor some advice on how to get into voice acting.
Hmm.
And Connor's actually been doing reading and different voices and everything here lately.
Nice.
So I think meeting Vic was kind of like the boot in the ass he actually needed to actually start getting into doing VA
Yeah.
work. So I mean, I'm happy for him. So that's one of the reasons. I mean, yeah, all the stuff that's happened, you know, like I said, I don't know what all happened with Vic,
Guilty. Uh, I
but
won't get into it. But
but
there will be a
I
DBZ's episodes at some point. Like we could get into it. Uh,
yeah,
and it's weird. It's like it's one of those series that I wanted to grow out of, but no, it's like a fucking magnet. Yeah, it keeps sucking me
it
back.
pulls you back in.
Yeah.
Like every now and again, I'll even pull up some of the fights
Yeah.
from DBZ or Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah.
It's like I want to watch that fight again. But
Uh,
no, I was actually kind of, and I'm actually kind of grateful that now that Connor's actually doing his VA work now.
yeah. Good luck, Con. And yep, next game. Our
We
category.
love you, Broly.
We're one for done.
Uh,
Okay. Best
Best
RPG.
RPG.
Dragon's Dogma 2. Okay. Okay. Shadow Eldering Shadow Elder Tree. I mean, our old friend Crimson KB is a voice in it, so.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which I do have that Final Fantasy VII biased.
Yep.
And then we have Like a Dragon, which I do have a bit of Yakuza bias, even though I am like, I'm still in Yakuza 3, and this is technically Yakuza 9. So I'm far from getting to this one.
Oh yeah. And then Metaphor
No,
Refan.
8. Yakuza 8. Okay.
And then Metaphor Refantazo.
Refantazio.
I
Uh,
never learned how to pronounce it. I will forget in about 10
It's a
minutes.
weird one, but yeah. Or technically, it is the ninth game if you consider the prequel.
Yeah.
Which I would suggest you start from 0. And
Yeah,
for Refantazio.
that's
Yeah,
what my roommate David suggested. If I play any Yakuza games, I have to start with zero.
it is best, I believe. Yeah.
Now he did finish Infinite Wealth not too long ago, and
Yeah.
he said it was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, I don't think there's a really a bad Yakuza game. I think like a lot of middle Yakuza's might have been a little mid lean at least, but no objectively bad game.
Yeah, from what I've been told, like there out of all the Yakuza series, there's no quote unquote bad Yakuza
Yeah,
games. They're either middle of the road or fucking phenomenal. There's no in
yeah,
between.
I would say because basically they're bad, they're just not as good as the other ones.
Yeah,
Like Yakuza 0 is probably a 10, where I give like Yakuza like 1 as 6. You know.
yeah.
Um,
Like nothing is below a 5.
yeah. We'll see, but because I got plenty of Yakuza to play.
Oh yeah.
They even have a zombie one. But
And then you have the one that's coming out with fucking Goro Majima as a fucking pirate.
yeah, like they definitely need to make a fucking a full on Majima game.
I
Uh,
mean, that'd be it here.
yeah. So they kind of cock tease you in like Yakuza 2, but you only get to play as him for like an hour.
Yeah.
But the metaphor is fantastic. Like I said, I can't believe my community downvoted this game. Like if I should finish it or not. Uh, it's like why? Uh, but,
Well, I mean, at the same time, if it's one of those games you want to play, I'd say play it.
yeah. Let's see here. But yeah, we'll see. Cause I would, regardless. Because eventually I'm gonna get around to doing like an Atlas fucking marathon. So I'm gonna
Oh
play
yeah.
it regardless. I was saying, should I play it sooner or later on stream? Cause
I'd
I
probably,
don't really have time
I'd
to play
recommend
games off
sooner.
stream anymore,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
I'd recommend playing it sooner.
Yeah. So
And
we'll
because
see. At least I'll
and
play the
because
other games that
I
asked
mean,
me.
it might be exposure therapy. They might, getting them exposed to it. They
Yeah.
might start to see what you see in the series. You know?
That's true, but yeah, cause I do get some kind of quiet streams when I get into this game, but I think because with the because this kind of applies to Persona, but it's sort of on par with like open world like Final Fantasy, where like I get cozy, and so I don't maybe not talk as much or something,
You get
or
really chill and relaxed.
yeah, like this is my jam. Because I kind of have my two best games are games where like I'm finally just chilling, relaxing, and enjoying my jam, or I got games where like it's brand new, it's kind of cinematic, so I get to basically improv and react a lot, which is
Yep.
why a reaction channel would be great for me. So,
Oh yeah.
um, so maybe I'll start that in 2025. So
Eventually, that's
yeah,
down the road here, folks.
yeah. And so basically, I don't really care about the two on the left.
Yeah, I don't care about those two. 7, I was never the biggest fan of because it was one of those games everyone kept on forcing on me. Oh, you need to play it, you need to play it, and it got to the point where I was like, I'm sick of hearing about 7. I don't want to even touch it now.
Right. Um,
So,
it's
but
fine.
I have to go. Oh, go. Sorry.
I had kind of similar experience where like I didn't really like the movie Blade Runner, only because by the time I watched it I had done watched everything that ripped off Blade Runner.
Yeah.
um,
So you already had an idea of what to expect.
yeah, and so Blade Runner's kind of slow, but eventually I'll give that and the sequel a try one day. But
Um,
what was
I'd
your
have to
vote,
give
Aaron?
it. I'd have to give it to Like a Dragon only because it's the one I'm very more familiar with than the other 4. You know.
Yeah, if I give like Umbra into this quality, they'll go on like a dragon like rant for days.
Oh yeah, no, we'll
They
never
love it.
hear we'll never hear the end of it.
Uh, it's like I'll probably gotta give it the 7 just because like 7's in my top 5 favorite games of all time.
Yeah.
And it was my first Final Fantasy, my first PS1 game, my first JRPG. So it's like my number one like almost all those categories. And although I don't like the remake version of the combat, but also they kind of they overblowed the story too. It's like they kind of like made this 5-hour section to like a 50-hour section. So they
Yeah.
add so much content to it. So the changes are hit and miss, but at least there's a lot of content. Sadly, I was robbed of getting to play it recently.
Oh yeah, because your PS5 took a shit on you, didn't it?
Yeah, I think my nephew sabotaged it. Not even being dramatic.
Really?
Yeah. The same nephew that stole my Xbox One and my PS2 and my other PS5 games.
Oh,
Uh,
I'd beat his ass.
so yeah, he took Final Fantasy 16 and God of War Ragnarok. Um,
Oh, beat his ass.
yeah, if I ever see him again. But yeah, and yeah, so I like leave the PS5, and like he left the PS5, but that fucker don't want to work. Like it'll turn on, but it does not register the controllers whatsoever. Even if I bought new controllers, and it will not work. I won't connect that whatsoever.
Fuck, I'm sorry to
Yeah,
hear that, my dude.
yeah. So I was like, I want to play for a certain community member uh, who they want to see me play it, but they're also shipping out to the military like later this year. So I want to do that for them, but it's like I don't want to buy a $500 console for one game.
Yeah, no, I can't. You can't justify that.
Yeah,
I mean, it sucks to hear,
yeah,
and I mean, to the fan who really wants to see that. First of all, thank you for your service.
yeah,
But I mean, it's one of those things like, yeah, if there was more stuff for the PS5, I could see justifying the
yeah,
purchase for it. But just for one, maybe two games, I mean, I can't justify that purchase.
yeah. Because I also picked up Spider-Man 2 as
Yeah.
well, but I was like I could because get into the console hype craze, but it's like I got 3 high-end rigs, so it's kind of like no, not a really big point. And
I mean,
also, I have a good authority that both Spider-Man 2 and FF7 Rebirth is coming to PC.
it's only a matter. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when for these games now.
Yeah, yeah, because Remake
We
came
already
out a year
talked.
later, and
We talked about Rebirth and everything not hitting sell prices
oh
or
yeah,
sell goals and
so yeah,
everything, and
and
they're
also
probably.
Square, can you bring Foam Stars to the PC, please?
Hey Square, give us a Tactics remastering. Give us War of the Lions without the slow down spell animation.
Tuh. Yeah, it's like
That's all I want out of you now. I just want my Tactics remaster
yeah, just
and
give me Foam Stars.
done proper. Like you don't even have to do anything. All you have to do is port it from the fucking Vita over to the new one with the fixed sound effects. Boom, problem solved. That's
Okay,
that's all I want. So
and I
my
said,
vote's for Like a Dragon on this one.
this is a hard one because it's basically like choosing between my children. Uh, yeah. It's like
Yeah,
I didn't get to put any time into these specific titles, but it's like 7. I mean, it's in my top and it means a lot to me. Although I got the feeling I probably like the other games more, gameplay wise. So I think it might be the weakest of the 3, but as far as like meaning, it has the most.
yeah. It has
Yakuza,
it has the most sentimental value.
yeah, sentimental. That's the word. Um, Yakuza, also a good place in my heart. I kind of stopped playing Yakuza because I got a little burnt out. But I'm back on track. But it's like it's gonna take me a while before I even get to
And
this
he
game. So it's like
and it's
I'm kind of like not invested in it at the moment.
Yeah,
So
and it's Yakuza. I mean, you're in for a good time no matter what you're doing. You know.
yeah. Also, I said we probably said another podcast, but like it's probably the only series that not only where you have to play all 9 games in a specific order, cray
Yeah,
cray, but at least they do a lot of consumer friendly practices. Um,
yeah.
yeah, like because like a Dragon, the previous game came out just before this game's prequel as well, same year, and I think like a Dragon came out like 6 months after Final Fantasy.
Uh huh.
And you think that would be the higher price game, but if you go on Steam, remake is still $60,
Yep.
and whereas like a Dragon, $20.
Yeah, they slash the prices for the older games.
Yeah, Square won't do that.
No, I mean that's one of the reasons why Sega, has a lot of fans because they're willing to do that.
Yeah. Hell, they bit like even like Final Fantasy Six, the Super Nintendo game, is like what $18 at
Something
full
like that.
price. Yeah. Like I mean, I'm sure it feels like $18 experience, but come on,
Yeah,
it's more than 18 years old.
it's old enough to drink. Well, no,
Yeah.
not anymore. Not anymore. They changed it to 21.
To,
Oh no, it's been 21 to drink. You can't smoke anymore until you're 21. Yeah,
oh,
they changed that.
That's interesting.
Yeah, yeah. It used to be 18, and then a couple of years after I hit 21, then they changed it where you can't buy tobacco unless you're 21.
Okay, and then we got Metaphor, which I think has it's got so much potential. I love what I played so far.
Yeah,
It is also kind of like the new kid. Like you don't have any legacy behind you. You
yeah. You're
know,
the new kid on the block trying to strut your stuff.
I'm gonna have to give it the Metaphor just because it's its first time. It's basically kind of like it basically kicked in the door, and all eyes are on it. Like it started out fucking running.
Oh
So
yeah,
yeah,
that's been an
great
analogy
first
forever.
impression. In my opinion. You know, uh, it's like
It kicked it kicked the door in. It's like I'm here now, bitches.
yeah, it's like the other two. They don't have to be as good as the previous games. Where they can rest on their laurels, whereas this game, it basically it had it started its own fucking legacy. So I
Well,
gotta give it the metaphor. Yeah.
well, then again, from what I've also told, Yakuza still doesn't really sit on their laurels. They basically still come at you full force. You know.
Yeah, like that, they made a bold choice with the starting with the last game by making it a turn-based combat.
Right.
Especially in a game where like you have to play them a specific way. It's always been
Yeah.
like beat 'em up,
Yep.
I'm not saying, but saying they can rest on their laurels. Like
They
even
can,
like
but they don't
if the
want to.
wealth isn't as good as the last game, well, you still have the last game and the game before that.
Yep. Like
FS7, it's too big to fail. You
yeah,
know,
it's like they can rest on their laurels if they want, but they
yeah,
still like we're still kicking here, bitch.
yeah,
We're still going strong. Come at me.
yeah. Or it's like metaphors, like if they fucked up on their first try, it's like, well, at least we got Persona. You know.
Yeah, but
Okay.
still, it's like I still want to see Metaphor do well.
Yeah.
They're the new kid on the block.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I wanted to be like, let's see what you got, kid.
Oh yeah, did it sell like a fucking like a million copies or something in its first day or something like
Let me look.
100,000? It was a big old number. We reported on it. Uh, so-
Let's see. It has sold over 1 million copies since its release. Uh, um, for 4 hours. Let's see. Global launch October 11th, jumped to the number 18 position, number 3 of all time. Number 2, when only looking at premium titles, Atlas New JRPG peaked at 85.9K concurrent players over the weekend, also selling selling over 1 million copies across all platforms in its first 24 hours.
yep. That's
So
almost unheard of these days,
yeah, no one does.
especially
Hardly
for a
anybody
new
does that.
IP.
Yeah,
Like we expect that at GTA 6, but who the fuck is this game with its weird ass fucking name, Japanese style? You know. Also, not a lot of not too much hype. There's like probably a trailer or two, but there wasn't a big no marketing campaign. It just came out of nowhere. Like, oh, fucking Atlas, holy shit, and yeah, sold gangbusters.
yeah.
Best RPG of the year, I believe. Okay, action adventure. Interesting picks. Uh,
Um,
Honestly, because like I would say like Astrobot's more of a platformer, but
yeah, that's well, no, because you do go around and everything, you know.
yeah, that's right. I don't really play it. So but then Prince of Persia, I heard is a good, very good, like Metroidvania.
Yeah,
Don't see the win game of the year. Do I consider Silent Hill more of survival horror.
yeah.
Uh, and then Star Wars, I guess it's technically it's action adventure. Uh,
Technically, it falls into that genre.
yeah. It's like a more open world life service game.
Yeah,
And then Zelda,
that's a traditional
yeah,
action adventure game.
yeah, it feels very Super Nintendo. Um, hmm. Uh,
Mm,
it's like,
I, I gotta give it to Zelda.
yeah, like game of the year wise, I'd probably give it to Silent Hill too. At least for my favorites. Although I did love Star Wars Outlaws. I'll be honest. I do like the game, even though I don't think it is the best game of the year.
Oh no, no,
Like it might have been like my fifth game of the year or something. Fifth place. But Zelda, we could give it to that too. Yeah, we'll give it to our girl.
yeah. I mean, it's really the only one that really fits action adventure, in my
Yeah,
opinion. Like Astrobot might fall into that category. Prince of
Jason.
Persia, yeah. Prince of Persia, no. Silent Hill, that's horror.
Yeah. Uh,
Outlaws, oh, that's open world.
Open
Uh,
world first person shooter as well. Like it's got like cover shooter and it's
like
plus stealth.
can it can fall into the action adventure, but
Yeah.
it doesn't feel like it belongs there.
Yeah, whereas that is all action adventure. So
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
There's not a lot of platformer, not a lot of horror, not a lot of cover shooting.
it's a little bit of everything,
Yeah,
but you
it's
know,
not. Honestly, I mean, I'd say it's not like these elements that are like kind of like leaning together sayings.
yeah.
So yeah, Zelda, you get it, girl. Or it's not about Link. Best action game. Oh boy.
Oh boy,
Oh
there's
boy.
big hitters here.
Yee. Okay.
Oh boy. Okay, Black Myth Wukong, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Stellar Blade, and Space Marine 2.
Oh, you gotta make arguments for all of these.
Oh god.
Uh.
Okay, so best action game. So blood pumping, adrenaline. Black Myth Wukong falls into that easily with its Souls-like combat, great story, open world. Well, I can't say if it's that open world, but I mean, I've seen some of the boss fights. Holy fuck, some of them boss fights are crazy.
Yeah.
One of them that I liked is a giant bear that basically does like elbow drops on you and it can breathe fucking fire.
Yeesh.
I'm like, that is fucking awesome. Black Ops, I mean, it's an action game, it's a shooting game, it's always going to be there no matter what you're going to do.
Yeah.
Call of Duty actually shits the bed.
Yeah. You'll get your adrenaline rush.
Helldivers, that one will give you an adrenaline rush.
Yeah, that game is all Last Stand. Famous, like, epic Last Stands, the video game.
Basically. Some of them, I've actually had some where you're finishing the mission and not one bot not one Tyranid showed up.
Huh.
But that's very, very rare.
Yeah.
Stellar Blade, Souls-like combat, kick-ass fight scenes, good story. And I know you're not the biggest fan of it. I like it, but you got a lot of eye candy in that as well.
And I'll talk to you done.
Some of the puzzles, from what I've noticed, or from what I've been told, are kind of pick your brain a little bit.
Oh, really?
That's what I've been told.
I haven't seen a good, healthy video game puzzle in a while,
I don't have a PlayStation, so I can't play Stellar Blade.
Right.
And Space Marine, I mean, we don't need to talk about that. We both have experienced Space Marine.
Yeah.
I mean, the Tyranid combat alone, in my opinion, the PvP combat does well sometimes when, the match is evenly, it's pretty even on both sides. Even when you're fighting chaos, shit could go sideways real quick if you ain't ready for it.
So
oh boy.
One thing I like about these award shows too, it's like, it's like, sometimes you get like, oh, that's the obvious pick right there. But then it's like, we got to kind of like discuss each entry in these categories and stuff.
Like this is the one where people actually sit down and talk.
Yeah.
And debate for hours.
So Black Myth Wukong, let's see here. I mean, yeah, there was some sexist stuff and there's probably some other problematic elements. But like, I never was gonna get the game a chance anyway, just simply because I don't like monkeys.
That's you don't like those combat.
Me neither. Yep, neither that either. But so that would turn out. But yeah, just because it doesn't have monkeys, it could have been like a turn-based RPG with a crossover of Mega Man for all I care. And I don't know.
I have to ask, what's your deal with monkeys?
I don't know. I just never got the appeal.
I mean, it's based on, it's Sun Wukong, it's the ancient myth.
I don't know why, but yeah, monkeys, chimps, hey, I just never been a big fan. Like, I'm okay with, like, some King Kong, I guess, or when Optimus Prime was a fucking ape, but,
Beast Wars?
Yeah, good shit.
I will not stand slander against Beast Wars. That was my favorite, my favorite Transformers series.
No slander from me. But, like, yeah, for some reason, I just never, had a solid appeal of monkeys.
You know what? That's fair, to each their own,
It's like, man, I kind of want to kick their ass, but then they'll just tear my face off.
No, you're not winning a fight against a monkey. You're losing that fight 10 times out of 10.
Yeah.
I love you, but no, you're not winning.
Oh, man, and then I turned to Gremlin mode when I play Ape Escape. Like, come here, little fucker, get it.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. You going full Gremlin mode, that I can't stop laughing. That's why whenever you've done some of those games, I have to mute myself because I'm laughing too hard.
Yeah, Ape Escape and Luigi's Mansion is when I definitely go full Gremlin mode. Like, come here,
It's
come here,
fun.
come here, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here, come
It
here.
makes me it makes me laugh so hard to the point where I start having a coughing fit. It's funny,
Yeah.
dude.
Basically, those critter chasing games, I guess.
They're funny. They're fun though.
Yeah. Uh,
Okay, so
we need
you're on.
more games like that, especially get a multiplayer. Like
Oh fuck
basically, yeah,
yeah!
kind of like like instead of these big ass epic Monster Hunter games where you fight these big ass beasts that'll run you over, get just the little critters that are slippery as fuck and get some friends.
I'm down to fucking clown, dude.
Yeah, someone make that. Anyways, Blops. It's pain nerves. Yeah, Blops sits. It's Call of Duty. I tried getting into him for also another Darling. I tried, but I just suck. I kept getting grenade killed. But I do sometimes like get into like the military headspace, but I guess I'm more of a Battlefield fan. Um,
To each their own.
yeah, like I said, I just kind of suck. So like, I guess I dodged a bullet. Um,
I see what you did there.
hee hee. Let's see here, because I would only play for the single player campaigns anyway.
That's fair.
Let's see here. Helldivers. It's Epic's Last Stands, the video game. So really damn good shit. And Stellar Blade. It's like, okay, yeah, it's a bit too fan servicey. But I'm actually kind of due to therapy. I'm actually kind of getting over that hump. But let's see here. The thing is, it's coming to PC. Like, I possibly might give it a shot, mostly because it's now getting tied to Nier Automata, and Nier Automata is tied to Final Fantasy. So like I might give it a shot because basically, so there's one Souls game that I like. It didn't get any category. Flintlock Siege of Dawn. Yeah, that's possibly my second favorite game of the year. And that's Souls-like combat, and I'm actually pretty decent at that game. It's like, okay, maybe all Souls-like isn't bad.
No,
If it's light.
It's how you take it. It's how you approach it.
Yeah. So maybe all Souls-like isn't too bad, but because I remember I had a bad experience with Armored Core 6. I'm like, okay, it's made by the Dark Souls people, but maybe it's not a Dark Souls game. Maybe they can and all of that. But no, it plays just like Dark Souls. I literally couldn't beat the tutorial boss. I had to refund the game.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
So yeah, that's why that's why I wish Stellar Blade comes out with maybe like a PC demo or something.
I think
because
that imagine they'll come out with a demo before they port over to PC.
Yeah, so it's like
the same thing with PlayStation. They released a demo first, and it was basically kind of like a benchmark.
Yeah. What's funny too is that speaking of Nier Automata, it's like the sequel apparently from what I hear is both not only like a superior game, but like the girl in that one is even dressed even more revealing, and yet Nier Automata is the heralded game. Like 2B's in all these different crossovers. Kind of interesting. But
2B was in Replicant, was she not?
No, she was in Automata.
And who's in Replicant?
Some girl named Kane who was wearing even less clothes.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's like, but you see 2B in fucking Soul Calibur and Final Fantasy 14 and a couple other games now. Like she would have made it to Smash Brothers. I get the feeling if Smash went on like another year or two.
I imagine that the next iteration of Smash, 2B might be in there.
Yeah, and from what I hear, if it's not the same, it's a very similar universe and vibe. So if I can if I can play a demo and see the combat, and then I'll just put on some clothing options for her. I heard she gets some okay clothes.
Yeah, she had some cute outfits. I'm not gonna lie. Some of them are really skimpy, and then you have some of them that are just adorable.
Yeah, sometimes if it's a game where it's like, well, if you play in the chainmail bikini or you don't play at all, it's like then I might suck it up. But other than that, there's a clothing option. And keep pants, please. Yeah.
I mean, there is a skin skin suit and everything that's basically like her skin tone.
Yeah.
And from what I've been told, that is basically hard mode because that hides your HUD. So I've seen a lot of people do that one for the challenge of going HUDless.
Right.
I'm like, hey, challenge mode, man, hard mode. Let's see what you got.
Yeah. That's not too bad, but what I heard that the game is pretty fucking hard. So I say if I can get a demo or something, then that'd be great. But as for itself, hmm, uh, I guess it's a damn good game on its own, though. But for like, I would between the I would say I'll give it the Helldivers so far, but then now we have Space Marine. Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of have to give this one to Helldivers. Uh,
Helldivers is a good choice. I have to go with Space Marine.
I don't know. I feel like
That, that's
mechanically,
me.
maybe Helldivers would be is probably got a little more going for it. Uh,
Well, Helldivers, what it has over Space Marine is you have all these different planets to fight on,
yeah,
and all the planets have different effects going on. Some have extreme cold, some extreme heat, some have ion
yeah,
storm. One of them that we played last night had fucking erupting volcanoes.
cool.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It
Not
was
cool, I
cool
guess.
until I got hit with a fucking lava ball.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I got hit with a fucking meteor and it fucking took me out in one hit.
oof.
But
Ah,
you have the major orders and the personal orders. But you have to buy the war bonds to get the new armor, to get the other armors and weapons and power ups. And yes, you can buy the the coins, the super credits to get the war bonds.
yeah,
But you can also grind through the game to get and find the super credits in the game itself.
right.
It's going to take longer, but you can do it. You can do it just by
Yeah.
with a $40 price tag.
Like I just wish there was an easier way. Even if you had to pay money, just get all the upgrades for the ship and stuff. So,
Yeah, no, you have to complete help the community with major orders and then do personal orders. And like I said, even medals can be found in the some of the levels themselves.
okay, but I am gonna give it to Space Marine because us Warhammer fans gotta stick together. We need more Warhammer games. Yeah.
Great.
Yep.
And I want
Okay.
to see what happens with Lieutenant Titus.
Also, that Dark Angels DLC coming.
I
Okay.
know I'm fucking traitors.
Yeah.
I
Praise the
still get shit
lion.
for that. I still get shit for that.
Oh yeah. Oh, they fucked up. Oh yeah, they're fuck ups. Okay, what's our next category? Best Ver.
Yeah, best Ver and
Yeah.
R.
Ver. A
Ver
remake of
R.
Arizona Sunshine. Okay.
I
Sounds
didn't
a
even
decent
know
little
that.
zombie game. I got the
What's it?
original. I never finished it. But yeah, it's pretty good. Decent zombie game.
Okay.
Let's see here. Control. Hopefully they rework the controls. They were a little hard. Asgard's Wrath, never heard of. Batman Arkham Shadow, which I'm sure is pretty decent. Metal Hellsinger Ver. Well, real games aren't my saying.
I've
Metroid
heard like
Awakening.
some of the songs in that game are fucking bangers though.
Oh yeah.
And
Uh,
Metro Awakening, I mean, from what I've heard, and it's a continuation of the
yeah.
Metro
I
game.
think we might have seen a trailer on it in one of our trailer reactions, but
We
uh,
did.
I,
We did
s-
see a trailer to it.
I would have to give it to Metro just because that fucking atmosphere was something else.
It's terrifying.
Yeah. And yeah, horror shines so much in Ver. So, so I got.
Especially if you have like a surround sound headset.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
the fuckery devs could do with that.
oh yeah. Let's see here. Best mobile game. Okay.
Okay, so AFK
We're a
Journey,
little bit out of our league here, but
AFK Journey, Balatoro, Pokemon TCG Pocket, Wuthering Waves, and Zenla Zone Zero.
hmm.
Um,
Okay, so yeah. Three of
the
these are the gotcha anime girl stuff.
yeah,
We're
the
seeing
Zenla
Genshin
Zone
not in it,
Zero.
but
Yeah, I'm surprised Genshin
because
isn't.
AFK Journey is kind of old as fuck now.
Yeah, it's been around for a minute, dude.
Yeah. Uh, I guess they're making strides. Baltimore Heritage is extremely addicting. Pokemon, like, eh. Like, you know me, I love the Pokemon. I'm going to stream some Pokemon Violet tonight after this. But don't really care for card game. When you play the video
Yeah,
game. Wyvern Waves, I heard that was some decent shit. They even tried to give me the spot as a sponsor, but it wasn't a good deal.
yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I've seen some of the Zenla Zone Zero, and I kind of want to try it.
Yeah, it definitely got some Genshin vibes. Yeah, it's got the brain rot.
Oh no, like I saw the song for Bernice whenever I guess
Yeah,
for her release.
yeah,
Dear gods, that fucking trailer is a fucking banger, dude.
yeah. It's like they're just trying to get me to wank. But
I mean,
if I had to pick,
Bernice is fucking crazy too. I love her.
yeah, it kind of reminds me of Little Tilly.
She
Uh,
she's she's a pyro.
yep. Well, I guess if I had to pick one, might be Zenless. But also Hoyoverse. I don't really like their business models. Um, yeah, okay. Let's see here. Wyvern Waves has promise.
I mean, the problem is their mobile games are all very
Yeah,
predatory.
yeah. So I guess if I'm going to be getting into predatory, let's go pick the biggest predator of them all, Hoyoverse.
Yeah, I mean, gun to head.
Yeah. It's like if you gotta sell out, yeah, go with the big wig.
Yeah,
Uh, best debut indie game.
Animal Well,
Oh,
Balatro,
you know what it
Manor
was?
Lord, Pacific Drive, and the Plucky Squire.
I guess we both agree on Manlords.
Yeah, Manor Lords.
Yeah, yeah. Moving on.
Some of these we could discuss for hours. Some were like 5 seconds.
Yeah, like don't care. Um, doesn't quite interest me, but I heard it's great. I'll just go on because your enthusiasm. Pacific Drive looked decent, but they're really pulling me in, and I'm just not really drawn to this whatsoever. I'm really not drawn to any of these games.
Yeah, no.
Just from word of mouth, I'll take Mana
The,
Lords then.
the only one I know about Balatro,
Yeah,
from what I've heard, it's more poker than anything else,
yeah.
and I do not know how to play poker.
I'm half-ass at poker. Like I know how to play, but I'll never win the game. It's
My,
just,
if I play a card game, mine's blackjack.
yeah, don't say that's the checkers, whereas poker is chess.
Yeah.
Best independent game. Okay.
Let's see. Animal Well, Balatro again, Lorelei, The Laser Eyes, Neva, and UFO 50. I I don't
That
care
one
about.
had an okay trailer. Neva, I guess I'll give it to. So you liked the trailer, I recall.
Oh yeah, that was the wolf one, right?
Yeah, yeah. We'll give it
Yeah,
to Neva.
that was kind of the cutesy one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Okay.
Lorelei one was kind of the mind fuck one, wasn't it?
Yeah. Alrighty. Next up, number 18, we got Best Community
That's
Support.
community support. Baldur's Gate, Final
Ooh.
Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, and No Man's Sky. I have to give it to Baldur's Gate.
Uh-huh. Let's see. I do think it's got a healthy community as well. Like, even anti-Wookiees like it.
Like
Uh,
they just they implemented in-game mod support as well now. So now
oh, boy.
mods could actually be downloaded in the game itself. Granted, it's not as much as you can get off Nexus mods, but still.
FF14 is always great, even though I'm on hiatus right now. It's like I kind of find myself going back to it because while I want to play more Overwatch, Dead by Daylight, Helldivers and stuff, but like I like games where I can kind of play at my own pace. Whereas the other games, like you can't pause the game. Yeah, it's like you gotta be invested, you gotta be zoned in.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Well,
like
with Baldur's Gate, you can still pause it, and
yeah, yeah. Well,
Fortnite, Helldivers, and No Man. Those Fortnite and Helldivers, you can't pause.
yeah,
No Man's Sky, I heard you can, but at the same time, you're basic. It's solo space adventures.
yeah. Well, yeah, Helldiver, it's like, you try to, like, type on something for 5 minutes and, like, you're gonna get, chewed. Let's see here, but, personally, I like FF14 most of these ones. But, sure, community support, though. Transparency, responsiveness, though. Ooh, I might have to give it to Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
Because they've been 200% honest.
Yeah, Larian has been given gold every fucking time, and
Yeah.
whenever they fucked up,
And whenever there's like a controversy held against them too, they're completely honest. Or 14, Yoshi P definitely means well, but he can't necessarily change everything.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
he's only one man. I mean, granted, he is the game director, but at the same time,
yeah,
he only has so much power in that game.
yeah. And whenever something needs like dramatic changing, he's kind of slow to get around to it. Like
Exactly.
I think one of the news stories, like a minor one, is like they still can't get like wavy hair, in there. For like more like say like black people with, like natural hairstyles. They still can't put them into the game, and they say it might have something to do with, like the older game engine, because you look at fucking say like New
Yeah,
Dragon Age, holy shit.
yeah. That the engine for 14 is old as balls.
Yeah. So,
And that,
and it was originally an engine that wasn't really geared towards people of color, to be honest.
and I mean, truth be told, it's not that something they don't want to do. It's a limitation of the medium.
Yeah. Like they just already did like a graphics overhaul and stuff that made the game bigger, and they still can't pull it off. So,
Yeah, no,
it's kind of a victim of its time. Yeah, I guess we're
like
talking
if they
about
want
community support and effectiveness.
if they want to do that, they'd have to bring in a whole new engine and everything, and they're not going to do that. That's going to cost way too much, and they would never make their cost
Yeah.
back on that.
Oh yeah, that would basically be like a for like the Final Fantasy 1.0 again all over again.
Yeah, you're
It's
shooting
kind
yourself
of
in the foot.
yeah, it's kind of worth it. So I understand. So it's just a game that's not going to appeal to everybody.
Yeah, no, no game is
For
going to appeal to everybody. That's a guarantee.
Fortnite, I feel like they could do even better lately. But I think they just always
I've
been they're kind of scummy, but they always been honest about it. So
and from what I've been told, they have a mode where it's a proper VR where you don't or a BR where you don't have to do the whole building thing.
yeah.
So you don't have to be all lateraled up to do the whole building thing. It's basically, you know, you could play a true battle royale, and they have all these crossover collaborations going on. You have, uh, characters from Marvel, DC, different anime, different movies. I mean, they got crossovers from damn near everything. Like hell, one of them they have Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah.
Now, one of them that made me laugh is one of the newer ones. They brought in Leatherface, but the
Oh.
problem is it looks like he's wearing a burlap sack.
So right now, a grand total of 1,788 skins in that game.
I believe it, and
Yeah.
that's not and that's counting IPs and original skin.
Yeah. This includes 60 Marvel, 24 DC, 25 Star Wars. See here, 50 based off real people, and the list goes on.
Yeah, no,
Uh,
it's a big game, so
yeah.
I will give credit where credit's due.
Yeah, so like at least I would say if this was like the most consistent community, then we give it to Fortnite.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely, hands
uh,
down.
Hell, divers like the problem is they have to constantly fight against fucking overlords, and yeah, they're not exactly winning. And they're still trying to figure themselves out. Basically, it's like every step forward, they gotta take a step back.
Yep,
Like like we want some new enemies, new developments, but it's like we gotta keep work on the mistakes of the past.
yeah, and it's
And
like
hard to believe.
a lot of them is they did a real big nerf a couple months back because there was like a built-in like the meta basically,
Yeah,
and they didn't want that people to be doing the meta build, so
yeah.
they nerfed everything, and it pissed everybody off.
But what's crazy? This game's like only like what 10 months old. Yeah,
It's not,
it's been a
not even
busy
a
year
year.
for them.
It's not even a year old, but
Yeah, so we'll see as this game. Hopefully, it sticks around.
yeah,
Uh,
Arrowhead is basically being one step forward, two steps back.
No Man's Sky. We both neither of us play it, but I finally know it's one of the most improved games ever.
Yes, no, it definitely has come a long way since 2016,
Yeah,
2017.
about that.
It,
But
it's come a long way.
so yeah, I'll
It was,
have to give it to Larian.
it is definitely a redemption story in their
Yeah.
case.
So yeah, vote goes to Larian.
Yeah, Larry, and keep doing what you're doing. We love
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Like Yoshi P, if you ever imagine Yoshi P goes to work for Larian, that'd be great.
Oh dear God!
That would be a match made in paradise.
Best ongoing.
Okay.
GTA 2, Diablo 4, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Helldivers 2.
Here we go. This is gonna be an interesting one.
Okay, so
So
ongoing.
Disney. It always sounds like you're saying Disney when you say that.
Oh no, it's basically someone with brain damage saying Destiny. Because I'm sorry, most of the people who are playing Destiny have some form of brain rot or brain
Our
damage.
our parents like Destiny. Like Tinny. But it's weird like this because it kind of when I believe I played Destiny 1, it felt like a kind of like a Borderlands clone. It felt
More
like
or
a
less.
single player game that should end after like 50 hours.
And then they made it a multiplayer, and after they got out from Activision, they basically had to do very predatory microtransaction.
Yeah,
Uh,
and Sony's like, you're fucking up. We got to take up.
yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah, that's bad when Sony is like, dude, you're fucking up.
Yeah, it's also kind of weird that like just a first person shooter MMO, it's such a weird concept.
It can work, and for the longest time, they did prove it can work, but they've been shooting themselves in the foot, and now Destiny 2 is a mockery in and of itself now.
Yeah. Oh man, it's like yeah, it's a shame. We lost Lance Hendrick, Lance Riddick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rest in power, my guy. I'll let you out, cutie. One second. I'm coming. There you go. You free. Okay. Okay.
Have to release the kitties.
Yep.
Yeah, I heard it was be free. Okay, Diablo 4.
You already got first. Go for it.
I love the Diablo universe, and I always will, but
Yeah.
god damn it. They have dropped the ball so much on this game. Like, Festival of Hatred, they did stuff right. Along with Season 4.
Yeah.
And Season 5, it's okay. Season 1 and 3 were very bad. But now it's...
What exactly comes in a season?
Pardon?
What exactly is a season? Like, what's in it?
So a season in Diablo is basically where your account, you basically you start off with nothing, and you rebuild back to where you were. And you get different benefits and power ups for every season. Like, every season has a theme.
Yeah.
And this one is built kind of around Festival of Hatred, around portal demons, kind of introducing new Then that's how they introduce some of the new mechanics that can end up sticking around, you know.
Yeah.
And they introduce new legendary items, a couple new unique items.
Yeah.
And do some balancing and everything, and it's basically a way to test new material.
How do you feel it's going to be as far as an ongoing game? Does it have going power here?
Yes and no.
So better than Destiny.
Much better than Destiny. Don't get me wrong. Almost anything's better than Destiny. Yeah. But honestly, Diablo 4, they're only going to be able to do so much, because I still have yet to finish the campaign on that. But the original game was you had to fight Lilith, who is Mephisto's daughter, and now on this one you basically have to go against Mephisto. And like I said, I have yet to finish the campaign, but I'm just like, where's this gonna? At this point, it's gonna be an endless loop of fighting the prime evils and the lesser evils.
Yeah, I get that.
But like I said, I love Diablo, and I will always love that universe.
Yeah.
But on this one's number 4 as far as ongoing.
Ooh. Yeah.
I would have to say, for me personally, Helldivers 2, 14, Fortnite, D4, and Destiny. But that's me.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
I think personally, 14, I would have to give the vote overall. So because with Destiny, we're surprised it's still alive today. I think they're we're gonna let you finish your story arc, and then we're gonna shut you down. Or there's gonna be a dramatic change. Yeah, they're doing out that final shape. So
they are on death's door. If this most recent one doesn't do well, I'm sorry, that's the end of Destiny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no pressure. Diablo, let's say do it, because I'm just a very basically I've been wanting to get into Diablo. The quick thing is just that top-down dungeon crawlers were never one of my favorite genres. You know, so yeah, it's kind of first-person shooter. I can get into one, but it's not one of my go-to genres. Yeah. So it's Diablo, want to play it? It's never been a priority. But I do find the universe very interesting. I always love a game that has outside media, so I want to not only review the game's stories, but also all the books connected to it and whatnot.
A lot of the books are really good.
Yeah, so just want to get to it. At least I have Tito here. They'll probably join me whenever I get around to that Diablo journey.
I will
Uh,
point you in the right direction.
oh yeah. So it's like, at least I could say it's like, I'm not playing now, but it'll still be around. You know.
You have an old veteran with you on this
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. So yeah. And let's see here. Final Fantasy 14. I'll say possibly the best go because actually, we'll come back to that. 40. Fortnite. It's got staying power. What's fucking funny is like remember Avengers Endgame where like people were like, oh my god, people are going to be playing Fortnite in 5 years. Well, it's been over 5 years.
Yeah, no, it's
It's
one of those games. Like, it's the only thing that's killing Fortnite is Fortnite itself.
Yeah, it's like that game's like probably pushing 10 years old now, and it's like I'd say it's the most consistent game. Yeah, over.
How old is Fortnite? 7 years.
Huh. I guess it just felt a
The
lot
game.
older during in-game, but it just had that big of an impact back then.
Yeah,
Um,
initially released on July 2017.
can't say that of Helldivers because as we discussed multiple times, it's too damn muddy, you know,
They
between the
might get their head.
development and the corporate side. It's just too much muddy. Uh,
They're slowly getting their head back on the right spot, but at the same
yeah,
time, it might be too little, too late.
I'd say if Helldivers makes it to the best ongoing next year, that'll be a different conversation. You know.
Yeah, we'll wait until next year to see if they're going to be around. I
So
mean, they
yeah,
might. We don't know.
but yeah, 14.
Like,
They brought it back from the dead with 1.0. It's such a very positive community. Sometimes it doesn't have a negative community, but like a toxic positivity community. So it's like
yeah, no,
a little not as worse, not as bad, but
it definitely does have toxic positivity to
yeah.
it.
But like but probably the best thing about 14, especially compared to Fortnite, is that like it's got like 20 different types of gameplay. There's so many different things you can get into.
Yeah, you can do
Yeah,
PvP,
yeah,
crafting, PvE. Um,
yeah,
Hell, you don't even have to do the combat. You could just, you know,
yeah,
do crafting and everything. And
yeah. You don't have to do any good and then people. It's basically also like VR chat too, where you just go to a fucking someone's house, which is turned to a nightclub, and role play and have online sex with each other. You can't do that
yep.
in Fortnite. You know. Uh,
Well, you can, but you can't use the in-game chat.
yeah, yeah. Everyone, the zone is shrink. We've got to take the party outside.
Don't
uh,
mind us.
but yeah, so it's got role play. It's basically like 5 games in one.
Yeah,
So basically it's best ongoing game because it's got a little something for everybody. You know, almost.
agreed completely. Like,
Yeah.
even though I'm
It-
done with 14, there are times when I did have a lot of fun with it.
mhm.
But there is something in this game for everybody.
Yeah.
But like I said, as much as I love Diablo, I can't in good faith give it
Yeah.
the best going.
Mhm. So yeah, pretty confident 14's gonna make it to that 20-year mark and not Destiny.
Yeah, you
Uh,
know.
yeah.
I'll be surprised if Destiny lives another 2 years.
Hmm.
I will be very surprised.
I'll be surprised if it makes the next best ongoing.
Right?
Like, don't we have any other online games that could have taken that spot? Whatever.
I'm sure there are.
Actually, they made so much news. All right, next one. Games for Impact.
Impact.
Okay.
Closer the distance. Indica, Neva, Life is Strange, Double Exposure, Sessuna's Blade, Sessuna's Saga, Hellblade 2, and Tales of a Kinzera Zao. For the
Ooh.
thought-provoking game with pro-social media meaning or message. All right, this is your
Let's see.
wheelhouse.
Yeah, there's definitely my wheelhouse. Like I follow the guy who made Zao, and he's like fucking hype. So let's see here. No, what's weird is I don't think I heard of Close to Distance because it looks a lot like a couple other games I played, narrative games I played.
The first two I never even heard of.
I heard of Indica, but I thought the cover always kind of like ugh, like it's cringe and it put me off.
It kind of reminds me of the fucking
like Toothy Nun Grandma, like get away from me. Uh,
Well, no, I don't know why, but that girl in the front, my first thought when I saw it, it was the fucking "In the Arms of the Angel" song, and I'm like, get this out of my head.
so I don't really know what it's about, but also also kind of this one kind of kicked to like a story where like I was I was trying to go corpo streamer, and basically there's a kind of platform that kind of gives out like game keys, and this was the
Yep.
game that was kind of like on the front page at the time, but they're like basically told us, like, yeah, you're not good enough for us, because like, we don't take people that only get tens of views, so I was like, fuck y'all. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, you tell him.
Yeah. Neva,
We
I,
still need to try to do a playthrough of that, or at least because I know you wanted to get it, and I was
yeah, well,
interested.
like, you're interested more in it than I am, actually, but, cause I was like, I don't think it's Game of the Year material, but it looks something to put on my
I
list,
mean, it looks interesting to
yeah.
say the least.
Oh, yeah.
I think the reason why it got my attention is because it was different.
Fair. I just felt like, I honestly just felt the camera was just too zoomed out. I like,
Oh
like,
yeah, no, zoom
yeah.
it in just a little bit.
Yeah, like,
I
if
would
the camera was a
like,
little closer to the character, like this picture here, and
yeah,
sure.
from what I saw, from what we saw in that trailer, zooming
Yeah.
in about 10-15%.
Yeah, that's actually why I can't really get into fucking Smash Brothers, because once they start hopping over platforms and the camera pulls back, it's like I can't tell where the fuck I'm at. Which one's me?
Fucking right, I have the
Yeah.
same problem, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like when your character turns to a fucking sprite,
Yeah, like I
Uh,
don't know how many times I've gone off the ledge because I lost where my character was.
but yeah, Diva, I'll definitely play it. Life is Strange, so, yeah, that's a game I like to continue to play, so I can play the original again, because it's kind of what, it's a mystery, so I know the fucking, twists and stuff, so,
Yeah, you already know what to
you
expect.
gotta have someone, like, sitting with you in order to enjoy it again. So that one could be good, and also, yeah, because the original Life is Strange did a lot for, like, the lesbian community back then.
Yeah,
And Hellblade, oh dear lord, well, this was definitely for, like, the mental health advocates.
yeah, that's
Um,
what I was told.
yeah, like, I dare you to play the first game, because, like,
I tried playing the first one. I'm not gonna lie, and from what I did play, I liked, but at the same time, I didn't give. I think I was probably an hour, or maybe 2 hours in, or an hour
yeah,
and a half, 2 hours into it,
yeah,
and then I got into some forest area, and
yeah,
like all the sunbeams coming through the tree branches.
mm,
It was actually giving me vertigo and a severe migraine. I was like, I can't. I'm done.
gotcha. But, like, basically, if there was a, if there was ever that game where you can kind of forget, and get to play for the first time again, it would be Hellblade 1. That was literally one that's like I know like every kind of like twist and like what's can be real and what's an actual mechanic and
Yeah,
stuff.
I learned about the black spot mechanic,
Yeah,
and I learned that it's actually the devs trolling you the whole fucking time.
that one didn't really bother me. Because I'm like, okay, I just won't fucking die.
Yeah, well, after I learned about it, I was like, okay, good on you, devs. That's a good way to fuck with the player base.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But like, so I remember that stream was probably my favorite streams too, because like normally, because I especially streamed definitely in the AM hours back then.
Yeah,
And so I have to get like, oh, I'm going to bed, Tilly. But man, people were staying up past their bedtimes because we were all invested in this game.
yeah.
And
I remember you telling me about these
yeah,
streams. I think this was before me and you were friends, right?
probably when we were just malcontents.
Yeah, I think it was just when we were still acquaintances before we became the friends that we are today.
Yeah. Oh man,
Yeah,
kind
I
of want
remember
to
you
spoil it
telling
ending
me
just because
stories about it.
it's such a good fucking part. And not story wise, but like kind of like boss mechanic wise. Um, but,
Yeah, I heard the mechanics for the bosses were like really cool and interesting.
yeah. I don't want to spoil it for you because I guys want to talk about it, but maybe. Uh,
I
but
mean, one of these days, if you do another playthrough, you'll have to let me know, and I'll have to watch.
yeah. Oh man, but
Hell, I
like
might just join you in the voice call with it one
yeah,
night.
yeah, we'll have to do that for sure.
Oh,
But
definitely, we need to do more of those again. Those are
yeah.
fun. But this is, like I said, this is your wheelhouse. These are your votes. I have no say in this one because I don't
I
I
have
haven't
to
touched any
forget
of them.
about Hellblade just because I haven't gotten around to playing it yet, but I'm sure I'm having a good fucking time. Then Tales Considered Zell, like that was like it's somewhere in my top 10. And it just so much for African lore and culture, And it's also like a really good Metroidvania, good action as well, action platformer. Uh, yeah. So,
I will say for Hellblade 2, the first trailer that was announced, that song, Helium actually did this song for that.
Nice. Oh yeah, we're like, oh, she's possessed. Like she's just speaking Norwegian or something, or whatever language it was.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's I can't remember what language it is. It's like ancient old Germanic lore or something, or old Germanic language. I can't remember which one it was. But yeah, no, it's definitely one of those. It's kind of like how Japanese mythos is so scary to the Westerners.
yeah,
Is because we're not acclimated with it. We don't know what is going on.
yeah. Also, I kind of like how it turned a nobody to an actress because in Hellblade 1, the main character that you see on screen, they couldn't hire any actors to mocap and stuff.
Yeah, no,
So
they had a whole new engine for it.
yeah, so they got the receptionist, the lady who works the front desk, to play Senua, and she knocked it out of the park. You know.
And from what I've like, from what the few interactions I've seen of her, she's just a peach.
Yeah.
And she's and I'm not gonna lie, she's cute as hell too.
Yeah. It's like
I would hold her hand in public.
and so I would give it to Zal just because I want to play it a little more, but also because I'm mostly based most of my feelings off Hellblade 1. And it does well great for the we need more African stories. Also Life is Strange I feel is kind of niche. Yeah. So thought-provoking. It's like also I wonder what the hell, because I don't even know what the fucking story about is in Hellblade 2.
From what I heard, it's basically her kind of being like a seer for a new village.
Interesting. Yeah, because the first one was kind of also about trying to like move on from loss and stuff.
Granted, I'm going off context clues from what I've seen in some of the clips I've seen.
But I'll give it to my boy because we'll give it to Zal. Because
Do you have a sucker right now?
Yes.
Oh gosh, I want one right now.
Technically, it's not a sucker, but it's actually I got these basically these throat drops, but they're also filled with honey, real honey. So.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
So not only does it keep my throat, so that's why I suggest to any like new streamer, it's like if you don't have a drink, at least have some throat drops.
Oh, definitely. Lozenges, drinks, anytime for new streamers.
Let's see here. Just shout out to the brand I'm not sponsored by, but yeah, it's called Honeys. Honees. So no why.
I will have to look for some.
Yeah, see what throat drops. If the ones without menthol. Yeah.
I could have used it last week. God, I was miserable.
But yeah, so yeah, not only does it help, it's also a very sweet treat. Like I got gobble like 3 or 4 of them at a time. But yeah, we'll give it to Zal. All right, next, innovation and accessibility. Software. So yeah, this is basically games with like shitload of a fucking accessibility options.
Yeah. Let's see, Blops 6, D4, Dragon Age, Velgar, Prince of Persia, and Star Wars Outlaws.
Okay, and so, like, I don't know about Blops, but, Diablo, I played with some accessibility options. So basically, it's set for those who don't know, accessibility is like, if you can't see colors, or you just have some kind of vision impairment, or maybe you have, like, maybe you have one hand, or something, and, so you can modify the controls. Or maybe some kind of a hearing impairment, so they have different audio settings. Basically, so everyone can play.
Okay.
Because I can't imagine someone like being handicapped where you gotta like you don't have access to so many games, or you gotta like play it in your own way.
Yep.
I was actually thinking about this like probably yesterday, where like even though I have a complicated relationship with fan service, but like Bayonetta, I kind of owe her for she pulled me out of like a dark spot in my life, because at one point, Christmas 2010, I got mugged and stabbed, and knife drug right through my right hand, and so I couldn't use my hand whatsoever, and one of my Christmas presents was Bayonetta, and so I'm kind of sitting there and just saying I can't like stare at my Christmas presents. I'm not able to play them. Yeah, because I can't use my right hand at all, and I know Bayonetta's combat. It's like Devil May Cry, so I'm gonna be like, ow, 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 or try to use my thumb or something. Essentially, I had to basically spend a month just rehabbing my hand so I can use it again, and I did it using video games.
Hey, if it works, right?
Yeah, so I started off with slow games. I did turn-based RPGs. I did point-and-click adventure games, and eventually I was able to work my hand back to healthy shape. Um, but yeah, I still got this big ass wicked scar on the back of it.
Hey,
Uh,
chicks dig scars, man.
so yeah. Um, well, it's fun.
Scars are tattoos with better stories.
Oh yeah, it's funny too. Is that when I finally dragged my bleeding out ass to my cousin's house, and we had to basically try to sew it up with a needle. We didn't have any thread or nothing, so we had to use a cloth from a towel.
Oh God.
Yeah, and so I didn't never screamed. Yeah, I'm tough like that.
Hell
But
yeah.
but then there's so now I have additional little dot scars lining the fucking big ass scar. So it kind of looks like what?
I would have used fishing line, but that's just me.
They didn't have it available. But yeah, so it kind of looks like I walked the Frankenstein scheme with the biggest backhand ever. Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
That's what looks like a pitch slap like a Frankenstein. But yeah,
that's
so
the story you need to go with.
yeah,
How'd you get that scar? Oh, I bitch slapped Frankenstein's monster.
yeah. So it's like essentially yeah, so I know it's like having to play one-handed. Yeah, I had to play Diablo 4 or all these other games with limited options.
Probably, I don't really know the accessibility for D4.
Well, we have to look into it. But
One of these days, I'll pull it up and we'll look through.
Yeah, and I know now they have accessibility controllers, like the ones like this big ass button you just kind of like whack with your stump or something.
Yeah.
And then Dragon Age, which has a lot. I don't know about Prince of Persia because I haven't played that one. And Star Wars certainly has a lot. And I got sneeze. Anyways, thank you. With Star Wars, they definitely they could definitely dumb down the gameplay for you if you wanted to. Like if you don't want to play these cool puzzles, you can just really make it to you click this and you automatically beat the puzzle.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that they basically made baby's first game mode on that.
Yeah. Which one's the best accessibility?
I don't know.
You know what? I'm gonna give it to Dragon Age. I don't think Dragon's gonna get many votes this year.
Well, there's I think I've only seen them in 3 categories so far.
Yeah.
This being number 3.
It's probably my favorite out of these 5. But I'm not even gonna get into it because my politics stuff.
I mean, the problem is with COD, you played one, you played them all.
Yeah. Let's see here. Diablo. Let's see. We don't know. We don't know about Persia. Star Wars is good. It's pretty. Like I said, I think Dragon Age.
Yeah, I'm about to say, from what you told me about Star Wars, they basically made it where you could turn your brain all the way off.
Yeah. Definitely Dragon Age definitely do the color blind thing. So all these objects are just one color. So you only see like red or something for objects and like yellow for people or something.
Yeah.
So a lot of ability options. So we'll give it to Dragon Age. Best performance. Here we go. Best voice actor. Okay, Lucas Silent Hill. Okay, that looks like Shane from Walking Dead. We got asked here, episode Rebirth, Brianna White. Don't know who you played.
Okay, give me just 1 second. I'll pull it up. So Brianna White, you said?
Yeah. I'll look up the next second one.
What was she in?
Brianna White, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Hannah Tell. For Life is Strange.
I think. She was Aerith.
Okay.
Okay, give me the next one.
Okay, so I already read, so the next one plays, pretty much both main characters in Life is Strange.
Okay.
But, Humbry Gonzalez, I believe she's the main character of Outlaws. Decent job. And then, Leah Juggins, I think that's Senua, but let me double check.
She might be. I'm looking up Humbly Gonzalez.
Jerkins. Okay. Nah, I already got him.
Oh, you already got Humberly?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, that's Senua.
Okay.
Oh, she looks scary with the fucking mocap makeup on. Luke Roberts, I believe that's James.
Yes, he plays James Sutherland.
I'm, ooh, I gotta give it to Luke. I thought the voice actor was pretty phenomenal for James in the
He
remake.
did good as James.
Oh yeah, yeah. Eh, it's probably like, yeah, we'll always remember Guy He, who's kind of like an enigma because he's not even an actor who played the original James. He literally
Yeah.
is just a businessman who just walked into an audition.
Well, I
Uh,
mean, back in the day, that's really all we had.
yeah.
Like one of
Uh,
the first big name VAs that I know of or at least in video games, in my opinion, that I've seen was the guy who played Marius in the original Diablo 2.
mm-hmm.
I can't remember his name, but he was the Riddler in the Batman animated series.
Nice. But yeah, I remember when they
So
tried to remaster the Silent Hill 2 like 10 years ago. They approached him. He's like, "You guys owe me like 10 years of royalties. Fuck off." And like, it's video game voice acting. The royalties don't work like that. Yeah.
yeah, Frank Gorshin. He was Marius, and he was also Lysander in Diablo 2. He was one of the people, from what I understood, one of the few actual big names who lent his voice to a character.
Also, my feminist friends, please don't get mad that I voted for a man.
Hey, we're voting on merit here, folks. Best audio design.
It has to be Hellblade or Silent Hill. Hmm.
I haven't seen it or I've seen some of the a few clips from Silent Hill. From what I've seen, looked great. Other than I forget the character's name, who looked like she ate a fistful of bees.
Yeah. I think they made an update that made her look a little better.
That thinned her out a little bit in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like her head, like her face didn't match her frame.
Her voice actress is a lot better, but yeah, I don't know why. Because if you look in like in some of the game like sketches or like basically she looked better originally, but I don't know why they chose to make it look like I cannot unsee like Robert like Nixon, the president from Futurama.
Yeah.
It's those fucking eyebrows, the cheeks and stuff, Like
yeah.
I see.
Oh God, I can see it now too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or old WWE Gerald Briscoe from Attitude Era.
Why do you do this to me?
Yeah, Nixon or Gerald Briscoe from WWF. That's why that's Angela. So it's like stop sexualizing the SA victim or survivor. I'm like, I'm not. I'm just saying.
Like, we're not. We just like slim her face down a little bit.
Well, I'm saying. Like, I was never sexually attracted to her in the first place. Even the classic, it's like, but you don't have to make her uglier.
Yeah, it's like she looks like a fucking bobblehead.
Yeah, she doesn't need to look like a fucking porn star. She doesn't need to look ugly either.
Yeah, don't uglify the people, man. You can still have them be conventionally attractive and not be sexualized at all.
Yeah.
It's like Senua here. I mean, she's conventionally attractive. Do I look at her in a sexual light? Not all the time. I mean, every now and again, I'm like, damn, she's hot as hell. But
and she doesn't wear any makeup.
I know, right? I mean, I'm all for, sometimes some women I think look better without makeup.
Like, I'm sure Astropod has like a little bumpy soundtrack. I'm sure.
Astropod has some good tunes to it. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm sure Kada does its best to try to be immersive.
Well, I imagine they actually have some current licensed songs tied to it as well.
Yeah.
Because they're big enough to do that kind of thing, Rebirth, I mean, I don't know if it has it, but if it's got One Winged Angel, I mean, that's always a banger, no matter what you do.
And they did that recent new song that also played at the Game Awards last year.
Oh, I must have missed that one.
Yeah, I find a link to it. It was a kind of new song that I think Air for Jesse performs, and it was basically kind of like a musical / trailer for Rebirth. Let's see. I'll look it up here.
Let's see, Senua Saga Hellblade 2, that had Hellyoung do their song, and from what I've heard, a lot of the other songs were really just good environmental, kind of Old Norse songs as well,
I think it's awesome. It's called No Promises to Keep. But Senua, it's like, well, if the audio is anything like the creepy and Norse audio from the first game, if it's anything like that, it's gonna be fucking good.
Yep.
But we talked earlier about how Silent Hill, it's like the fear of the unknown, just hearing the tension like rise your anxiety. It's like
Yeah.
that's so effective. So,
Oh
uh,
yeah, like even just the little clangs and distant barking of those zombie dogs and everything. That could put fear into you better than anything else.
it sounded just maybe like a door, like just like slamming or something.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's one of those things like, what the fuck was that?
yeah. So it's like
Like
Hellblade
you're when it
probably
comes to
good, but I
horror,
gotta get a Silent Hill.
when it comes to horror, your ears are going to tell you more than your eyes.
Yeah, because I think the best thing about Silent Hill is the audio, so I gotta give it the
Oh yeah.
give it to James. Let's see here.
Best score in music. Okay,
Uh,
Astrobot, Rebirth, Metaphor, Silent Hill 2, and Stellar Blade.
huh.
Okay, so this is original music and or licensed soundtrack. I'm surprised COD is not on here.
Let's see here. Probably you're not
Um,
going to cop for music.
True, but still, I mean, having a good soundtrack can make or break a game or a trailer.
Yeah, so we didn't play Astro. Yeah, we know FSL's got some bangers, especially the OG soundtrack.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, so I'm pretty sure everyone's really good. So Metaphor, look up the Singing Monk. But
Remind me, and I'll look that up after we get done
yeah,
recording.
it's like bam, he's fucking going hard. Because normally you get like a female singer for these kinds of games, these RPGs. But he got some random monk dude, and he's like, he's like preaching so fast, but it sounds like okay, it's kind of a bop.
Yeah.
It's still a good time. But it also has like those good like fantasy medieval type of tunes. And for those who are into the Persona games, it also has tracks from the Persona as well.
Right on.
So a strong soundtrack, in my opinion.
I
Uh,
mean, I can
very,
stick to what you know, right?
very immersive. I, it's like Silent
I
Hill.
don't know. Did they have songs in that game?
It's like 90% atmosphere. Cause Silent Hill, yeah, it's usually atmosphere, but they will bang out a song maybe during a cutscene or like during like the intro and the outro. And they're fucking bangers. Definitely like super good. Like let's like a bit like Silent Hill songs, especially with vocals.
Yeah.
They have good shit, but it's more like quality over quantity. So
Fair.
it's out of your ears all the time.
You don't get a whole lot of songs, but the
Yeah,
ones you do, you're like, oh fuck yeah, let's fucking go.
yeah. Because in the game, you're too busy being scared, but then you listen to the
Yeah.
songs like on your fucking phone afterwards.
Right.
So I would say good audio, but not for in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And from what I've heard in Stellar Blade, some good rock bangers with that one.
Interesting, because I would imagine it'd be like half like dystopian music and half like J-pop.
Well,
But
I think like in some of the combat,
yeah,
like especially in Soulsian combat, you kind of want to have a rock theme to go
yeah,
with it.
yeah. Uh,
But I mean, the problem is I've never played any of these, so
yeah.
I don't have a say in any of these.
Yeah. Oh shit. Hmm.
Like, part of me wants to give it to either Stellar Blade, Silent Hill, or Astrobot.
Yeah. And I'm literally the opposite. I either want to give it to Final Fantasy or Metaphor.
Well, like I said, these are your votes, and I'm just giving my opinions along with you.
You know what? Let's go. Let's go to radical option. We'll go with Astrobot.
Hell yeah, the
Yeah.
little guy needs some love too.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that
You
face.
win on technicality, little guy.
I still want to I still want to have one of those guys. I want one of those little Astrobots, and I just want to give him a hug.
Oh yeah, playing with him in VR is also kind of neat. Because there's all over the place.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All
I mean,
right.
look, he's even holding hands with one of his little buddies.
Yeah.
How
Uh,
could you? Yeah.
okay. Quick little bathroom break before we get to the final five.
Good call. I need to go pee. Okay, I'm back.
I'm back.
I'm back.
Thank you. All right. Final 5 categories.
Let's see what we got here.
All right. Best art direction. Okay. And here we have some 5 wild art directions here.
Oh, definitely. Like what? These things are not like any of the other ones.
Yeah.
From outstanding creative and or technical achievement in artistic design and animation, Astrobot, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring, Shadow of the Earth Tree, Metaphor, Free Fantasio, or Neva.
So like a
Or Never.
metaphor, that's the one I played at these. But like, even if like, you look up at the sky bots, it looks like a fucking like an oil painting. You know, it's like very
Oh yeah,
stylistic.
no, it's very gorgeous.
Yeah. Black, because I only seen in Black Myth, I only seen like kind of like that. Those first levels are like in like this rocky ass mountain that's very unremarkable looking.
I've seen some of the
Caves and
cutscenes
stuff. Yeah.
From Black Myth Wukong, and oh dear God, some of these environments and even some of the characters designs are fucking gorgeous.
And I'm
Some
sure
of them
Elden.
are nightmare fuel,
Yeah.
but yeah, especially toward the later end of the game where it's a lot more darker and you start dealing with the spider characters. Yeah, it's total nightmare fuel, but I mean, in its own way, it's pretty gorgeous.
Yeah. I'm sure Elden Ring is like a medieval gothic fucking fantasy.
Oh, it has to. It is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like it has to be. Uh,
Yeah.
okay. And then we got Astro Boy with the cutesy space age look.
Lots
Uh,
of bright colors.
yeah. Let's see here. Then Neva, it's got like this water painting style
Yeah,
to it.
more muted colors more than anything else.
Yeah. Kind of looks like Valentine's Day exploded. Um. Ooh. So, what do you think?
Mm, I'm gonna have to. Oh, God, it's either a tie between Elden Ring or Black Myth.
I'm kind of going with Metaphor or sort of lean towards Neva.
I mean, they all, from what I've seen, all of them have great art design.
Yeah.
It's just they're so widely different. Which categories like
Yeah.
this, like choices like this, I love because you have 5 different character or 5 different art styles that are insanely different from each
Yeah.
other. Oh God, I guess gun to head, I'm picking Black Myth.
Yeah. I think I'd bias. I'll probably go with Metaphor. I'd also have to take the radical option again with Astro. But, I'll give it to Metaphor. Oh, I mean, it's already successful with 1,000,000 copies, but let's make that fucker a franchise.
Yeah.
Best narrative,
narrative.
so story.
Oh boy. Okay, so storytelling.
5 games that I love. Okay.
5 big hitters.
Uh.
Um,
Hmm.
I'm torn between Silent Hill and Yakuza.
Ooh, let's see here.
Hmm.
Okay, let's see. Okay, so let me think here.
Actually, this actually raises a question I've heard, and let me pose this question to you. For for awards like this, um, should like um remakes and remasters be considered for these as well? Considering they're not they're not new ideas. They're old ideas with a fresh coat of paint.
I mean, if we're counting sequels and fucking expansion packs.
Well, sequels are another thing. Sequels are a whole new game in and of
Yeah.
itself. But like DLC and expansions and
Yeah,
like
we count Elden Ring, also count the Marvel Capcom collection. So well, let's see here. So I'm not sure what they
because
added into it yet. They
because of
changed a couple things, but a little, but very slow.
If the story is like 1-to-1, like I don't know, I think it's the same 1-to-1 in Silent Hill.
Yeah,
Would
but
that be
that story is a 10 out of 10.
true? But at the same time, that story is over 20-something years old.
Right, and so it still is up because it's always at the top of the barrel chart. And like I said, now it's just with better voice acting.
The
And
new voice acting and new graphics and everything.
yeah,
Like I don't know. It's like it's one of those things that should it count for like storytelling, considering the stories are a couple decades old.
let's see.
It's a conundrum. It really is. Because
Let's
like
see here.
Game Awards, like it's a yearly thing, and you want to bring in stuff, vote for the stuff that's,
Yeah,
you know, released that year.
yeah.
You
Uh,
you don't you don't want to bring in stuff, it's kind of like you wouldn't want to bring Baldur's Gate into this for like storytelling and narrative because it came out last year.
let's see here. So it's like, uh, so Rebirth. It's like, well, that one, like I said, it's part two of a trilogy that you had to play the first game for. And it's, of course, it's kind of obviously been over bloated a bit. That's actually the
Hmm.
game. But I heard that there's some parts that really like flesh out some characters. Like Barrett gets a lot of love in that game, I hear.
Yeah, because from what I heard, it's like the characters that didn't have a whole lot of the story to them.
Yeah.
They got, like you said, they got fleshed out. They got more story to them.
Yeah, because
Shows who
yeah,
they are.
because Barrett after that one prison level, he kind of like that. He kind of becomes this part of the team. It doesn't really get any more focus in the original. And then then you got Like a Dragon, which here's a damn good story. And also it's Kiryu's last ride, so I'm gonna imagine I'm gonna be pretty emotional when I get to that one.
Yeah, no, I imagine you're gonna cry.
Yeah, cancer sucks.
It's a
Uh,
bitch.
let's see here. Metaphor, it's a pretty good story, and it's also an interesting take too. Because not only do we have like this medieval drama going on, um, the war stories, but also because like
It's
it kind of really does the Persona like social system. Yeah, you heard about Persona where like it's half the game you're dungeon crawling, the other half you're kind of like going out with friends and stuff and whatnot, and like raising like social links.
yeah,
Something similar with that too. Not only with some social links, but you kind of like uh, basically, in a way, it's also similar to Final Fantasy XIV Dawn Trail, where like there's several people competing for the crown,
yeah,
and basically, apparently, like anyone has the potential to become the king or queen.
yeah,
But basically, it's like whoever earns the most people's favor. And so you basically start going off as an adventurer, and you're doing all these quests and stuff for the townsfolk, and you eventually win the popularity contest, from what I hear.
yeah.
Um, it's an interesting like fantasy tale, and it deals a lot with prejudices. Like how some species are like, get special treatment over others, and some get dogged on. Um, it definitely speaks a lot of the modern day as well. Hellblade, it's like that was a damn good story, but like, so the sequel might have some legs, but also definitely the shortest of the games, in my opinion. And then you have Solo 2, which is a fucking 10 out of 10, but, yeah, from 20 years ago.
Yeah. If
23
I had
years
to,
ago, actually.
oh God, it's been that long.
Yeah, 2001, I believe.
Oh God, Tilly, we're old.
Right?
I don't know. I want. If I have to go off new stuff, I'd have to go off with Yakuza.
Yeah, for me, it's gonna be
Like,
either Yakuza or Metaphor.
because it's a legacy title, yes, but every game is a new adventure.
Yeah, and high quality.
Like you're always gonna have a good time playing a
Yeah.
Yakuza.
Yeah. I think probably Yakuza will probably I heard the game drags out a little too long. Uh,
True, but
yeah.
at the same time, the stories are phenomenal.
Yeah. Uh,
Like I was still laughing at that one side quest that when you were streaming it a while back with that one guy who got led on with it turned out to be his
oh
fucking
fuck.
his sister.
No, she was just conning the shit out of him. Uh,
Yeah.
she literally during like almost every game. Oh man, and it's gets wilder and wilder. Like he's gonna kill himself. She's like, no, I'm pregnant. And then this game, he's like, wait, you said you're pregnant 2 years ago. Uh, and you never had a baby bump at all. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things that it's kind of like when you learn of a new Yakuza game. You're like, what are those two gonna do this time? Like you're in for a bumpy and wild ride with Yakuza, no matter how you slice it. You know?
Yeah, I'll say because Metaphor's good, and we already gave its flowers. We're gonna have to give best story to Like a Dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah. But let's see here.
Getting down to the wire now.
Yep, then like the last two, I think. Yep, last two.
Yep. Here we go.
Best game direction. Award for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. Okay, so kind of like what I was speaking of with Metaphor. It's like you got it's like story and it's basically content. The game.
Yeah.
So Astrobot, it was a action platformer, with collectathon.
Yep.
And Baltero is just a poker game, but probably has some deep mechanics that are addicting.
Yep.
Black Wolf, you got two Souls games,
From what
essentially.
I've been told, Black Myth Wukong is supposed to be the unofficial sequel to Journey to the West.
Yeah.
So I mean, that story in and of itself could be great,
Yeah.
but you know, Shadow of the Erd Tree, it's a continuation of the Elden Ring story.
Yeah. One thing about story, basically like direction. But essentially, it's like basically like what the main game is like, and also what the side content is like. Kind of like how 14. You got an MSQ, but you also got 9 other things you can do.
Yep.
So Wukong, essentially, I said, it basically Souls game. So essentially, like you probably run around, slay stuff in your own pace in whatever order and whatever direction you want. Lots of customization. So I don't think you can get a lot of customization in, say, Astrobots. So lots of customization, and from your style to your weapon to your look, and so I'm sure lots of good content and lots of challenging gameplay. Probably like 20 different ways you can approach a different boss.
Yeah.
So
In both Wukong and Erd Tree. Let's see, Seven Rebirth.
Seven Rebirth. So the gameplay is not crazy about the gameplay. And the gameplay, like at least in remake, was very linear. So it's like you want to swing slow or swing fast. There's a couple of material options. The summons were very limited. And the game, even though it's kind of like a free flow action, it just felt like a very very limited. So yeah, kind of Kingdom Hearts a bit. And now I imagine lots of exploration. You were focused on the main story, are probably like 200 side quests. So you have the option to flesh out, and let's see here. So in a way, it's like I think the side content's better. Also, Seven had a lot of mini games in it too. So there's probably a fuck ton of mini games, and there's probably some kind of side content, probably like some kind of like card game or something. Final Fantasy inserts into these games. Yep. So I'm pretty sure like the FS7 is probably going to be great for the side content, but the core content sucks. Yeah. So and then Metaphor, I think it kind of like I think it has good core content and good side content. Like the fight battle mechanics are pretty neat and well balanced, and getting to hang out with people and time management and the relationship management and the popularity system. Oh, it's also good shit. Yeah. I kind of have to give it to Elden Ring as far as as content goes, just because it's like the ultimate like play this game how you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know me, I don't like Souls, but yeah. But I think as far as the direction goes, yeah. Okay, and lastly, the game of the year. Okay, so
Were you
sorry,
surprised,
Dragon
Pete?
Age. I'm surprised, Yeah, I'm surprised with Balto, for sure. Astrobot, it's like really, but I see it. It got hyped.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
a little surprised with Black Myth Wukong. I'll be honest, but I wasn't really involved in this game at the fucking all because Monkey Man.
Yeah.
We're all shocked about Elden Tree because DLC.
Yep. And
Uh,
they changed it, from what I heard, they changed it to allow sequels, remakes, remasters, and DLC and expansions
yeah,
in the Game of the Year, which
yeah.
I personally do not agree with.
Such a cop out. Like I'm gonna pull up the list of 2024 games, but
Yeah.
now I think funny things with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, like it should be a Game of the Year nominee, but it just I think it did live up to its potential. Like if it lived up to its potential, then yes, it'd be Game of the Year. It's Final Fantasy VII.
So, do you say Rebirth itself, on merit alone, it should not have been a Game of the Year contender?
Yeah, because it was such a flop, and basically it's like you didn't earn it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're there on legacy alone.
Yeah. It's like your dad pays my salary, so you're in the running, kid. Meanwhile, Metaphor, I said, great quality game, great art design, music, and everything, and it sold 1 million copies in one day. Numbers
That
7 didn't even get close to it, I don't think.
Yeah, no, numbers don't lie.
Yeah.
Like I think the only one that beat it number wise was Wukong.
Yeah.
Because
Really?
that broke 1 billion, I believe.
Look that shit up.
I know it broke a lot with it.
Maybe I could see 10 million.
First 24 hours save. Let's see. Yeah, less than 24 hours, it broke 2.2 million concurrent players on Steam. So it says it sold over 4.5 million in its first 24 hours.
Across all narrative and technical fields. I don't know, I feel like figuring out the mechanics, some people could get lost in Metaphor. And putting these choices, it's my Game of the Year.
Okay, so before you vote,
Yeah.
your personal Game of the Year.
Dragon Age Valgard. But let's now pull up. I'm gonna pull up games of 2024.
You mean 2023?
Oh, 2024.
This is 2024, huh?
Yeah, 2024. That's what I said.
Oh, I thought you were wanting to look up last year's games.
No. Okay, let's just go over the year real quick.
Oh, you want to look at the entire list of this year?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let's see here. I'm gonna put it on the screen.
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay, so started in January. But let's see here. Yeah, a lot of these are re-releases to different consoles. Yeah. Nothing crazy I'm too crazy about in January. February, I believe we got some good shit.
Yeah, Persona 3 Reloaded, but that's a...
But that was a console port. Second in 2023.
Helldivers 2, there's one.
Suicide Squad, hello.
Ha! Yeah, no.
Okay, Helldivers 2, that... If it had no hiccups, that would probably be Game of the Year.
Oh, definitely.
Let's see here. That's one I've been wanting to play, Banishers. Let's see here. Skull and Bones.
Skull and Bones.
There's the Baltaro.
Yeah.
See here.
I still wanted to play Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons.
You might like it.
Ooh, Goblin Slayer. I didn't know they had a game.
Windows and Switch.
I'll have to try to check it out. Looks like a Japanese-only game, though.
Ah. Season 2 coming. Unicorn Overlord. Let's see. Did I miss Tales of Kinsara? Hi-Fi Rush. The PS5 port. Okay.
Yep.
Alone in the Dark. I was praising this game.
Yeah,
But
I remember
definitely
you
not Game of the Year
telling me about
material, but it good.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about it.
Dragon's Dogma 2. Yeah, I said we talked about that. Prisoner's Peace Showtime. Hell yeah, girl. Let's see here. Oh, Paley's on the Switch now.
Felix the Cat?
Yep.
Oh, God, that's a name I haven't heard in years. I remember watching Felix when I was a kid.
Okay. Freedom Planet 2. But yeah, Tales of Kinsara. That's definitely in my top 10 for sure.
There's that Demon Slayer game that we were talking about a while back.
Oh yeah.
The Mario Party one.
Oh yeah. There's Stellar Blade.
Hold on, what the fuck is Sea of Thieves doing on there?
It's for PS5 now.
Fucking hell.
Let's see here. Do. Oh yeah, this is Director's Cut. Yeah, Hellblade 2.
Yep. System Shock.
I don't know why RKG doesn't have a fucking wiki page, but that game looked good.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Lots of anime games. Xenoverse 2? Oh shit. Do people still playing that?
Oh yeah, they brought it over to PS5 and Xbox X and S.
Good game.
I mean, it was pretty good. I enjoyed it on my PS4.
Yeah.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
There you go. Underrated, I bet.
Oh, it was severely underrated. It was a Dead by Daylight clone, sadly.
Yeah. Octopath Traveler 2.
But, I mean, I also love the movie itself. The movie was great.
Oh, yeah.
It is like my favorite B movie ever. Shin Megami Tensei 5.
Oh, yeah. Was it? Oh, it was a 2021 game, so it's a re-release. No, it's the,
It was a port.
not support. Basically, like, Shin Megami Tensei, every game, they also do, like, a new edition with new content. Yeah. So, yeah. Technically, that would technically qualify for Game of the Year. But yeah, anyways. Fucking Baked in Chaos. People are still... Oh, my God, that game. I gotta show you a clip of that game.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I think you remember, I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah. Essentially, they sound like they record their voice lines inside a fishbowl.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, scroll back up just a little bit.
Ooh.
A little bit more.
Ooh.
That Metal Slug attack, every time I see Metal Slug, my thought is like slug coated in metal, like Metal Sonic.
Oh, I see that Slug Saturday where I was playing Metal Slug with Slug.
I must have missed that one.
Still Wakes the Deep. I heard that was a decent game.
Oh, yeah, that was that fishing horror game, wasn't it?
Yeah, like Oil Rig. Yeah, let's see here. We got good Nevil.
Hey, look, there's a monkey ball for you.
Yeah, Banana Rumble.
I just want to see Tilly go full. I just want to see you go full Gremlin mode again. Hey, there's Spy Anya.
Yes.
That adorable game. That.
Yeah. Which I gotta subscribe to the Crunchyroll again just so I can show you that anime.
Right.
So your First Ascendant, my friends are gooning over that game.
I've been playing that again, and that's actually still kind of fun. It's a looter shooter, and but it's fun.
Let's see here, Dawn Trail, and then a lot of my favorite games came out like in the summertime as well.
Yeah.
Which Dungeons of Hindenburg was decent. But Flintlock Siege of Dawn. Oh man, I was following this game for a while, and it's a good Souls-like game. That's like the only Souls-like I can play so far. But yeah, good
Heck,
game.
nothing wrong with baby steps, dude.
Yeah. But a really good game. Let's see here. Yeah, that's probably like my number 2.
Oh yeah, I forgot. 7 Days to Die was finally released.
Oh yeah, we're here, but you've been here.
Took you long enough.
We made fun of you. Man. Valorant is now on consoles. August. There's Black Myth. Oh, hey, Dustborn. Yep. I think that might be like my third favorite game. I like some Dustborn. Oh, that's right. Did Guild Wars 2 get a new expansion?
I think we talked about it earlier this year.
But it's like, it's funny. It's like every expansion, they're like, this is our final expansion. We're gonna make Guild Wars 3, but they keep saying that.
Yeah.
But Concord. Good old Concord.
Yeah, that was a game.
Yep. I mean, people still have physical copies of it. They're like Dream Coasters now.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. Like they're calling it like the ET of this generation.
Yeah. Oh, Castlevania. Slug with a gun.
Yeah. One of my buddies played Squirrel with a Gun not too long ago, and dear God, that game is chaotic, but I love it.
Star Wars Outlaws, which I really enjoy. Definitely probably my 5th. Cassie and Frank Stone. That's one I want to get around to because I love me them narrative horror games. I should drag you around for that one. Let's see here. It's Space Marine 2, definitely for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, and what else we got around here? As you like to say, the July and September. That's been my fucking chunk. Let's see. Maybe I could lie about Chainsaw Repop a try.
I mean, I've heard good things.
Yeah. FF16 re-release. I mean to play that. Yeah, because nephew stole my original copy. I had the Rise Deluxe Remaster. Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. Oh yeah, Starfield. Then we get to October. Alright, we're getting coming up. Okay.
Coming up on the deadline.
Until Dawn was very disappointing.
Yeah, it's one of those games that it's supposed to be a story more than anything else. Like, not a whole lot of gameplay to it.
DVD Sparkling Zero.
Yep, and I saw Diablo 4 up the list just a little bit.
Fucking Budokai Tenkaichi gets the thumbnail picture.
Right.
They have Metaphor Refantasio.
Web fishing is, like, blown the fuck up, dude.
Yeah. Okay. Neva. And I thought that game was coming out later. Yeah, Mario Party.
Ninja Turtles.
Crazy how the Mario Thousand Year Door didn't get nominated.
Like, when is the cutoff? Do you know?
I don't know, because Neva was pretty. It was just like, September or early October.
No, I thought it was October. I could have swore I saw it in October.
Still, yeah, early October, so it's like, like that.
I think the cutoff might be Halloween.
Maybe. Cause think about it, they go out in December 12th, so they probably need a couple weeks, to, like, set up the stage shows and the promos and the winners. Yeah,
Getting people to come out, getting
yeah. So I wouldn't want to fucking fly out to the awards show to not win.
right.
Yeah, but there's my game, Dragon Fell God. Yeah, that was my favorite so far. I knew I was gonna take it. But Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered, I was actually genuinely surprised.
I'm still confused why that one had to warrant a remaster when it's not even 10 years old.
Yeah, because
Like there was
money.
no reason. There was
Yes.
no reason for it.
Yeah. The game looks good, but what's funny, it gave me a bad first impression because Rost, he's the only one that looks like shit. But he's the first guy you meet in the game, so.
Yeah.
But everyone else, it does look good, especially Child Aloy. Yeah, they definitely changed. They
Like
improved.
I just wanted to just give her a hug and give her head pats.
Well, that's the thing is they improved her hair so much because in the original, she kind of looked like a Chucky doll. Let's see
A
here.
little bit, yeah.
Oh, Shadows of the Damned got a remaster.
Death Note has a game.
What the him?
It's in December.
Something
November,
got
I'm sorry.
redacted.
Yeah, something got
Let's see here.
Death
But
Note Killer Within.
oh yeah, I did get a game. Yeah, at the end of these, that's too much. It's kind of like the last of the year is kind of like not that big for me. Yeah, I get the Mario and Luigi Brothership,
Yep.
which I've heard mixed opinions on.
Yeah, I remember we were talking about that. And we kind of had our reservations on it. Oh God, don't remind me. Fucking Warcraft 1 remastered.
And two.
Yeah, don't remind me.
So yeah, the Dragon Quest remake. So yep, that didn't make the date.
Yep.
Lego Horizon Adventures. That's actually a really goofy ass game.
Well, all the Lego games are goofy as hell.
Yeah, I forget that sometimes. Sometimes because some of them try to be like a little bit of a one-to-one remake, at least the older ones.
Yeah.
Uh,
But it's a Lego game. They
Yeah.
have to. Goofy.
ever since they added in voice acting, now they changed up the story a bit. Yeah.
Yep. Because I remember playing Lego Jurassic World and everything, and dear gods, that was goofy as hell.
There's Life Strange Double Remaster, which is okay. Lord of the Air's got a lot of love. And then Dark Tide's getting something coming to PS5. Okay. Oh,
Well, it also got a rework as well to make it a bit more streamlined.
yes, I guess I gotta check that at some point.
It's fun.
This will probably be my December release right here.
You think?
Fantasian Neo Dimension. Just because we have the man working on it.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yoshi P's working on this.
No, the other man. The
Which one?
creator of Final Fantasy.
Oh, fuck. Shit, I forget his name. God damn it.
Nakamura.
Oh, gods.
Yep, the man who invented Final fucking Fantasy is making a brand new IP.
Damn.
So hopefully it does as well as Metaphor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that'll be my Christmas present. Let's see here. What platform is it coming out on? Everything, cool.
Yeah, everything.
Yep, everything. Everyone's going cray over the Indiana Jones game. Like
I know.
we thought it was kind of mid.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, like if it was a movie, then yeah, I'd probably watch it. But I don't know how it's gonna help translate to a game.
I'm hearing nothing but good shit.
One thing that's making me scratch my head a little bit, go up just two. Oh no, it's back down. It's under Indiana Jones.
I guess you can.
Yeah. Like when I heard, like the graphics still kind of somewhat held up a little bit.
Yeah. But I think because they brighten a lot of the colors, so it's not great, but it's not bad either. But it's like, hey, Soul Reaper gets some love finally. Yeah.
After how many years now?
Yeah.
I still want to do a remaster of Legacy of Kain Defiance. That one was my favorite.
Pretty insane that Resident Evil 2 remake is actually coming to phones. Phones are getting that powerful now.
I'm not surprised. It was only a matter of time, truth be told.
I'm just shocked.
Fairy Tale?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, every anime game gets their own game, or every anime, or
Fair.
or every shonen anime gets their own games.
Yeah, fair.
But okay, so that was a look at the year. So I would say, yeah, Dragon Age is technically my game of the year. But
For
Flintlock's
me,
up there. I love Dustborn. Let's see here. Yeah. Star Wars is pretty close. Metaphor. I think if I had beaten it, I probably would have put it up there.
how far did you get into Metaphor?
I'm like 8 hours in.
So, probably 20%?
Shit, no, I'm sure that game's like 100 hours long.
Possibly.
Yeah, so because even like like once Persona 5 came out, they start getting pretty bloated. But yeah, at least it's all a good ride from what I hear. But my community doesn't want me to play it.
I'd say play it anyway.
Yeah, or maybe I'll play it last. Uh, um,
If I had to, I mean,
no,
I didn't have a whole lot of games that came out this year that I particularly, that, I really had a vested interest in. Like, the only ones that really came out this year that I had an interest in was D4 and Space Marine 2 and
yeah.
Helldivers. That's really it.
Let's see here.
Like, I wanted to get into Black Myth Wukong, but at the same time, I was like, I did the benchmark and my PC wouldn't run it.
Oh yeah.
Like, it could, but I had to turn down the graphics down a lot, and I'm just like, yeah, I still, if I had to justify spending a game or money on a game that big, I'm gonna want to be able to enjoy it a lot.
Yeah.
Considering, I'm still playing a whole bunch of other fucking games like Helldivers, or Baldur's Gate. I'm getting back into Ark because the morons are doing a private server.
Mm-hmm.
First Descendant. I did play a little bit of Inquisitor Martyr a little bit.
I heard it's really good.
I'm liking it so far. I only played about 20 minutes of it before I had to get going.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was.
Oh yeah, Unknown 9. That's what. That was like my fourth favorite game. That's underrated. Unknown 9 Awakening.
But for me, easy game of the year, Space Marine 2.
Yeah, I can see that. Addies though, obvious pick for Metaphor. What do you think is going to win though? Let's see.
If I had to guess on who's gonna win,
Yeah.
I kind of don't want Balataro to win, only because I know next to nothing other than it's a hard poker game kind of thing.
Yeah.
Astrobot might win it. I mean, the thing is, all of these are potential winners,
Yeah.
The only one I really don't want, the two I really don't want to win is Balataro and Shadow of the Erd Tree, only because Shadow of the Erd Tree is a DLC and not a game itself.
Yeah.
But I mean, it'd be kind of cool if Metaphor won, or Black Myth, or even Astrobot. So that would be my three. But if I had to pick one, I'd have to lean toward Astrobot.
It's like I'm sure Square's like we need a win, but like you don't deserve it. So you tried too hard. You kind of strayed, and I get saying it's console exclusivity is not a thing anymore. It's you can't have a console exclusive anymore and be successful.
Like, I understand being a console exclusive for like a little bit, and then
Yeah.
and then branching out. That I get.
But especially when you're expecting big numbers day one, it's like, sorry.
Yeah, no, if you're expecting big numbers day one, multi-platform.
Yeah.
That's the only way you're getting some of these numbers like Black Myth Wukong did, because they released it to everything.
Yeah.
Like, if you want big number releases, multi-platform. But if you got a very small and dedicated fan base, like on the PlayStation or the Xbox, then fine, do the limited release, But
Yeah, like just
eventually,
don't expect
like
much.
yeah, like if your game didn't cost like millions of dollars to make, like if it cost like a couple mil, then yeah, I could see exclusive or exclusivity
Yeah.
being marketable, and
Uh,
then eventually branching out. But I mean, yeah, exclusivity is what killed Rebirth.
yeah. Pretty much killed Square Enix this whole year.
Yeah,
Uh,
no,
but
there's not a whole lot of game. There's not a whole lot of companies that took a whole lot of dubs this year.
yeah,
Like Game Science did with Black Myth Wukong, Focus or Saber Interactive did with Space Marine, SIE with Astrobot, uh, Atlas with Metaphor.
yeah,
I mean, some of these games have pulled very, very impressive numbers because, like we agreed, they released on more platforms. They had more
yeah.
access.
But yeah, one of these definitely my
Your game of the year, huh?
yeah, at these sits anyway. Um, but yeah, so I'm gonna view all categories.
I think yep, you
Download my
voted for
vote card.
everything.
Uh,
Yeah, basically bingo.
to see it popped. Okay, yep, and let me go ahead and put this in the chat. Or I'll put this in video games chat.
Yeah, I was about to say, put that in video games. That could be your
There
when
you
the
go.
thing when it goes live. You could. I actually kind of like how that card looks. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, yeah, the good presentation there.
Oh
Um,
no, but good idea.
but I would say I guess you'll see us next month for the results. Yeah. Let's see. At least there's not a lot. There's not gonna be like you better fucking not win, except when it comes to I guess Elden Ring. But yeah. Okay. But yeah, thanks for joining me there, Tito.
Anytime, sweetheart. I enjoy doing these with you.
All right. All right, folks. Thank you for listening. Take care.
I'll have a good night.